On this episode of the Pick is In Mock Draft Show, it's the final mock draft, that is, 2026, as the NFL draft is quickly approaching. We will have a 2-round draft with trades and analysis from your hosts. So come grab your popcorn, grab that beverage. The Pick is In Mock Draft Show is going to start right after these words from our sponsor. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Pick is In Mock Draft Show, final 2026 Mock Draft Show. Kenny K here, your host. I got 2 co-hosts with me. I'm going to go to the guy to my right, guy who's been with me since day one on the mock drafts, Mr. Trevor Salzman. How we doing, Trevor?
Doing well, Kenny. It's crazy that this is our final mock draft of the offseason and final 2026 mock draft. I'm already looking forward to 2027, by the way. But no, it's surreal being here. You know, I remember when we first started this 2 years ago, and then just our show is growing, our mock draft show is growing up to where we're at today. It's been amazing. We've had a lot of amazing fans along with this special ride with us, and looking forward to obviously the full draft show coming up. Next week, the next 3 days, everybody will be around with us. But just want to also mention, Kenny, real quick before we get into our final mock. This will not be our final show. We will do a recap show after the draft's over for the Pick is In Mock Draft Show. Our final show will be after the draft. This will just be our final mock of the offseason.
Yeah, and we'll be back. We're going to come with something else. We'll mention that in the upcoming weeks, what we're going to have planned during the off season. The guy in my bottom, not to be mistaken with Aaron Judge, Jody, the Judge Moncrief. How we doing, Jody?
Doing good. Excited to be on tonight. Just wanted to mention next Sunday will be the first 2027 mock draft. So
yeah, that was ready for that. That was the plan with your host Jody Moncrief. So Jody's going to be taking over the home, and can't wait to see what you got for us, Jody. It was good.
Extra off-season stuff.
Extra off-season.
And then by February we can have mock draft 28. So 28.0. So we've got a lot going on. But all joking aside, we will have something lined up. And maybe some other fun shows lined up on Sundays for you. Real quick, let's get some hellos in. Ernie Mays coming in, Go Broncos country only. Hello, Kenny and Trevor and Jody. What's up, Mr. Ernie Mays? Hope you're doing well. I know you got to wait a little bit, but you got 2 Bronco fans on here with you. They're going to be along for the ride tonight, too. We'll see who we get for you guys at 62. Dalton coming in. What's up, Dalton? Dalton Smith coming in, saying hello. Good to see you again, Dalton. And our good friend Clayton here on coming in. Hey, guys, smash that like button and share. And Denver Broncos for life. Yeah, if you haven't already, give us a like on Facebook. Give us a like on YouTube. Helps the stream out. It helps us get to meet new people each and every week. And that's what we like to do. We like to interact with everybody and enjoy what we're doing here. So I see people coming in. Trevor, Jody, start with a little something before we get into the draft. Let's take a couple minutes and mention a big trade that happened. My neck of the woods. My team was involved. As we send Dexter Lawrence, our all-pro defensive tackle, arguably top 3, maybe some people say the top defensive tackle in the league, for a straight-up pick number 10. Nothing else, nothing less, nothing more. Player for pick 10. A simple trade, in my opinion. A trade that I think both teams could benefit from. real quick, we'll take 5 minutes on it, and then we'll get into the draft. Trevor, A, do you like the trade? And B, for like both teams, give me your analysis on both teams and who won the trade.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this might come to fruition as contract talks between the Giants and Dexter Lawrence. And I know I said before I didn't expect the trade to happen, but as time went on, it just seemed like both sides were far apart on money talks and extension talks. So, I mean, I think if you're the Giants, this is the time to do it now. I mean, you have a new head coach in John Harbaugh who's trying to establish a winning culture. The last thing you want is players in there that in your locker room that's going to be unhappy. So I think for the Giants, I think it's to be determined on how well they did in this trade. I mean, they haven't selected anybody yet at 10. We'll see tonight, kind of get an idea of where maybe they might be leaning, but it's to be determined from the Giants standpoint. Got to see who they draft at 10, of course. For the Bengals, real quick, I mean, it's a win now move. I mean, and they signed Dexter Lawrence also to a 1-year, $28 million contract extension that will kick in as well. That was official today as he went to Cincinnati to get his take his physical and officially pass it. But I think it could be a possible win-win for both sides. I will say, Kenny, for the Giants situation and their sake, really quickly, defensive line's got to be addressed for this team in this draft. I think there's added pressure not at pick 10, but certainly early second round, maybe you move up in the back half of the first round to address your defensive line. Defensive line's a little weak in this draft, but I think for the Giants, you got to do something at defensive line. You already didn't have a lot of depth behind Dexter Lawrence. Now with Dexter Lawrence out the door, you don't got a lot there right now, and I'm afraid your run defense isn't really gotten much better. So it'll be interesting to see how the Giants address that going forward, and to be determined on if they won this trade or not. And we'll have to see, of course, if Dexter Lawrence returns to the Dexter Lawrence that he was a couple seasons ago.
Before I get to Jody, let's get some more hellos in. Aloha, Patrick. Oh, he's saying aloha, mock drafters. Patrick out there in Hawaii. Patrick, if you haven't checked it out already, go check out Lion Coffee. Patrick keeps us caffeinated here on the Rocky Mountain Sports Network. Takes care of us all with our coffee needs. Some of the best stuff, if not the best stuff on earth. I can definitely vouch for that. You will not be disappointed. Go check out lioncoffee.com today. And, of course, everybody's friend, Michael Ronquillo, coming in. What's up, Michael? Good evening, Kenny, Trevor, and Jody on the 2026 NFL Pick is in mock draft show. He not only has blue and orange hearts for the Broncos and the Knicks, showing that, just joking, Michael, for your Broncos and my Knicks, but most importantly, Broncos and Giants. He's got the blue and white as well. And thank you so much, Michael. He's throwing 100 stars in that comment as well. Appreciate the support you always give us, Michael. And play along tonight. We got a 2-round mock with trades. So we like when you play along and everybody else, Dalton, and people come in, remind everybody who you're a fan of, so we can play along and you can make trades for you. You can make picks for your team. Give us your thoughts. TW coming in. What's good, fellas? New York Giants won the trade, in his opinion. Michael, the Giants are going to go after Arizona State wide receiver Jordan Tyson, according to NFL Network insiders. They took him out to dinner, Michael. They do like him. It's going to be curious to see if he's there at 10. He may actually be the first receiver off the board. He's had that good of a pro day. So we'll see. Yep, Dalton, you're a Saints fan. We remember that. I just wanted to let everybody know in the chat as well who you're a fan of. And TW saying, Jody, before I get to you, if they hit on their first 2 rounds and then select McDonald in the second, sheesh. I mean, there's a couple of defensive tackles I like, TW. Giant fans like that I may not like, but it could be wrong on just because I don't like somebody as high as other people. I've been wrong 1,000 times. So Trevor alluded to it, defensive tackle. I think at 37 we can get a good one. I do. Jody, I want to get into the mock draft, but let's just ask you this simple question. Give me a grade for the Giants and give me a grade for the Bengals on this trade.
I'll go A for the Bengals. They addressed a big need. I mean, their D was garbage last year. It's been a focus. Adam Schefter posted something that this is the first time since like 1960 that they've made a trade like this. So A for them, and then I'll give it an incomplete right now for the Giants because, I mean, you've got to replace an All-Pro in the middle. Yeah, he had a down season last year, but I mean, the Giants were dysfunctional last year, and I'm surprised he didn't want to see it through 1 year with, probably a top 5 to 10 head coach in the NFL. So, and he's going to be hard to replace. Like you said, he's probably a top 3 defensive tackle, if not the best in the NFL. So you have to replace that. So till we see what he does, I'm going to give it an incomplete right now.
And Ernie coming in with the most realistic grade, as he always does. Love you, Ernie. Giants A, Bengals F minus. Patrick coming in. Patrick, thank you so much. You do too much for us as it is already. Patrick giving us 100 stars. Did this surprise you, Kenny? It surprised me. It did not surprise me, Patrick, that we traded Dexter Lawrence. It surprised me, Patrick, to be honest with you, in chat, and Trevor and Jody. It surprised me that we got pick 10 out of this and didn't have to give up a draft pick in return. I was thinking somewhere in the early to early 20s, at maybe even 20 at the earliest, and get a second rounder with it. Getting a top 10 pick in this, like TW said, if you hit on this, and TW for me, and I'll give you guys my spoiler right now because we're going to be doing the draft show. 5 and 10, I'll try and do a cartwheel on the show. May break my neck trying. I'll do cartwheel if we get Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs at 5 and 10. Load up on defense with 2 young players. Sign me up. And then at 37, triple up on defense. Go get the defensive tackle. That's what I want. Defense wins championships. Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, and now you get 2 new young players on the defense to add. We're going places. So love it. Dalton's giving the Bengals a B because I wouldn't give up their first round for Dexter Lawrence. That's a high pick, 10. I agree, Dalton. Very high. I was shocked. Patrick just asked a question. I was shocked at 10. I'll ask this one for Keith, for Trevor and Jody, and then we'll get the mock going, fellas and ladies and gentlemen. Keith wants to know. What's up, Keith? Good to see you. Sorry you couldn't be with us tonight, but Keith will be with us Thursday, Friday, Saturday for the full Pick is in draft show, 3-day coverage. So be sure to tune in. We got a lot coming up. We're so excited about this week, leading up to the draft and the draft. But start with Jody. Which position has more first rounders, Jody? Quarterback or running back in the first round?
This probably I'll probably go quarterback because I've been on the bandwagon for a while that Ty Simpson goes round 1, so I'll say 2 quarterbacks and 1 running back.
Yeah. Ernie going running back. You agree with Trevor? Quarterback? I'm going to go quarterback.
Yeah, because I don't think the gap between Jeremiah Love and the next running back to me is bigger than Mendoza and Simpson.
And a couple more comments. Dalton, Bengals haven't gotten a defensive tackle since Geno Atkins was let go. And I brought that comment up because I read today John Harbaugh, since 2008, Trevor, because you alluded, better hit on a defensive tackle in this draft, has never drafted a first-round defensive tackle. So, again, we're not going to see that at 5 and 10. But since 2008, 12 defensive tackles were taken by John Harbaugh coach teams. And 4 of them in the second round, and I think another 3 in the third round. So with that being a need, I could see that being really addressed at 37, Trevor, in this year's draft. So just wanted to bring that up. A good comment there, Dalton. Michael as well. The Giants did the most work on Arizona State wide receiver. I was listening to an insider that covers the Giants. Thank you for sharing that, Michael. Yeah, I heard that they even took him out to dinner, guys. So this could be the receiver that they're coveting, and we'll see on Thursday. Maybe another even trade back scenario for the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And maybe
We'll
it's
see.
Carnell Tate too. I mean, Carnell Tate
It could
could be
be.
there at 10.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch if you're a Giants fan, and for NFL fans to see what the Giants can do at 5 and 10. But I'm ready to get the mock draft started if you guys are.
Yep.
Trevor, I'm going to pull it up. Why don't you let our audience know what we got lined up tonight for them?
So we have our picks are split up, and we'll go through the picks as time goes on. But it's between the picks are divided up between me, Kenny, and Jody throughout the whole mock draft. It's from we're doing a 2-round mock draft. Our final mock draft 6.0 trades. We're each allowed 2 trades each in this draft. So again, got to pick wisely where we trade up. I think there's average like 3 trades in the draft, and there are going to be more trades, but for time purposes, we're going to just put 2, and it just adds a little bit more of a strategic strategy to it. Like you got to pick and choose when you're going to trade up, what team you're going to trade up with, trade down, whatever. So that's the gist of the rules. And I know Kenny will remind us, and I will remind us, everybody as well, the different picks that are going on, like who's picking where throughout the draft. So.
Yeah, I got the list in front of me, Trevor. So we'll get it started. 2 trades for each of us, up to 2 trades in each round. So, Jody, you are officially going to be on the clock with the number 1 pick. Right now, it's the Raiders team. I'll read you the trade offers that come in. Oh, and I apologize. I got to restart it, guys. What happened? All right, so Trevor, take over, read some comments. I got to reset this.
Okay. Got some comments in here from Dalton. He said neither, but if I had to pick one, it'd be running back. Michael says quarterback. He agrees with us. TW says Tate with Neighbors would be nasty wide receiver duo. And Ernie says, I'm waiting for my Broncos pick. Ernie, maybe the Broncos will pick a little bit earlier. We shall see. But I do agree with TW there. Neighbors with Tate. Tate's a really solid wide receiver too, in my opinion. I still think he's the best wide receiver in this class. Very durable hands. Possibly could be a 1 down the line, but at least right away, he's a really good number 2 wide receiver for a team.
There could be 4 Ohio State players drafted in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
If Caleb Downs and Carnell Tate go in the top 10, I assume Sonny Styles and Arvell Reese will be.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm reset here. Jody, you're on the clock. I'll read you the trade offers. We did a fun one a couple of weeks ago with Mendoza getting traded. There'll be no a rule that we have on the mock draft, pickers in mock draft show. There'll be no same division trades. So if something like that comes up, we don't even read it. But we got Tennessee, Dallas, and Miami. Tennessee makes no sense, Jody. Do you want to see Dallas or Miami's offer?
Not really. I mean, I think we're all in agreement that it's Fernando Mendoza. Now, I will say if this was a strong quarterback class, he definitely would not be the number 1 quarterback taken. I just think this is a weak quarterback class, and I think if he went out next year, he probably might be a 2nd or 3rd round quarterback taken or round pick. So,
yeah,
that's probably good news if you're a Denver fan, because I don't think that they're getting a elite type of quarterback. And the only thing I will say is they do have a decent head coach there that can develop a quarterback in Kubiak. So,
yep. Trevor, why don't you answer this one from Michael? I'll turn it into a question. Do you think the Broncos will be drafted for need or best player available at 62?
Best player available for me. And keep in mind, Michael, they could trade up. They could have 2 4th-round picks. They could possibly move up in this draft if need be, or possibly move back. So all situations and scenarios should be on the board for the Broncos. But truly, it's best player available. And here's the thing, and this is why I'm saying this. Look what they did last year in the 1st round. Nobody expected them to take Jahadae Barron when they did. Everybody thought they may go running back. They may go tight end. No, they didn't. They went cornerback. They got to go best player available. And you can't go wrong with that. I think they got to stay true to their board. George Payton has said it. This is one of the drafts that he's been most prepared for. So we shall see how that interlocks the Broncos picks, of course, when the actual draft happens. So
yeah. All right, so I'm on the clock with the Jets, and there's 2 trade offers coming in from Tennessee, wanting to move up to number 2, and Detroit. just the Titans. I'm not going to make this trade. Titans want to give us 4, 35, and 66. That's a good move, but I don't think this is going to happen I don't think this is going to be a draft day trade. So I'm not going to make that trade, even though that's a nice return for the Jets. I'm going to be realistic, and I don't think that's going to happen on draft night. And the same with Detroit. Look at that haul.
Oh.
This year's the Lions get pick 2, and pick 140. Next year, 1750, 2027 round 2, and 2028 round 2. That's a heck of a haul, but I don't see. This is our last one, Trevor. So I don't know how you're going to play it, and Jody's going to play it. I'm going to play it as realistic as I can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and take. Consensus has been David Bailey, and I'm going to agree with the consensus here. I'm going to take David Bailey with the pick. I just look at David Bailey as opposed to Arvell Reese, and I see more pure edge rusher with David Bailey. And I think that's what the Jets want to covet here. And I think they get the best one out of this year's draft, and could be the best one for many years to come out of this class, if not the best one. So give me David Bailey at 2, and, might be not a lock, but it's becoming more and more favorable that they're going to go David Bailey in this pick.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think with the Jets, you got to go with the most polished player now, and David Bailey is that guy, I think, for this team. Arvell Reese has a lot of upside. I don't know where his upside's at, but again, is he a linebacker or is he an edge? Ohio State kind of moved him around a little bit, but David Bailey, for me, he's ready to go day one. Could be a double-digit sack guy in this league. The only thing with David Bailey he needs to do is start setting edge a little bit better and be better and stopping the run.
Yeah. Michael I can't wait. I know the boys here, the fellas, my co-hosts can't wait. Can't wait till Thursday for the NFL draft show, Thursday through Saturday. Michael's been with us in the past. Can't wait to see you, Michael, on draft night. It's going to be a lot of fun. We love the interaction, and we all have a lot of fun on that show for sure. We got some fun things lined up for everybody. So for those newcomers that haven't been with us, we make it special for all of you, and all of us here as well. It's special for us too. TW thinks Reese should go to 3-4 defensive schemes. So why don't you take it away, Trevor? You got 2 picks in a row, so we'll give you the Cardinals first. And you got 3 offers coming in. And this could be a realistic trade spot, in my opinion. So
Yep.
Panthers want to move up 16 spots. Cardinals get and also get pick 65 for 1951, 119, and next year's number 1. Miami coming in a little more in the realistic range. 3 and 104. Dolphins get this year for 11 and 30, both first-round picks from the Dolphins. And the Saints as well trying to move up to number 3. Cardinals get 8 and 42. 5th-round pick is added in the Saints deal.
That Saints deal is very intriguing right now. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that's going to be my first trade. I think I'm going to go Saints are moving up for an edge rusher. I don't think if you're the Saints, you can't sit here and just sit on your hands. I think you need to be aggressive. I am all favoring doing that trade, as I don't think the Cardinals are a player away.
Get that whistle ready. We got the train whistle. It's on the mock draft show, Trevor.
Yeah, that's very true.
You're going to accept this trade. Trevor's going to be making the pick for the New Orleans Saints here at number 3. As the Saints move up from 8 to 3 and get 143, Cardinals receive this year's pick 8, and the second round they get the Saints pick at 42. So I think that's a really good trade for the Cardinals, and also a good trade, I think, for the Saints, depending on where you're going here, Trevor. I don't want to jump the gun yet.
Yeah, I'm going to go Arvell Reese here, the Saints at 3. I think for me, a lot of upside with Arvell Reese. If he arguably could be one of the best players in this draft class. He's got to live up to that upside, though. I think if you're the Saints, you could have stayed and tried to pick Ruben Bain at 9, but I think you've got to be aggressive. I mean, you need pass rush badly on this team, and if you got to give up some extra draft capital to do so, you got to do it. I think the Saints are one of those teams like, hey, if we're looking for a pass rusher, we better be moving probably within the top 10 because Tennessee Titans are sitting there at 4. Could easily take Arvell Reese there at 4 no problem. So Saints got to be aggressive. Cardinals, hey, you've got multiple needs everywhere. This pick here at 3 is not going to solve your team for next year. You've got to be able to get more draft capital and add to your draft stock, and I think this is a perfect trade for both teams. It makes a lot of sense.
Good job, Trevor. I agree. Let me hit the comment board. Keith wants to know, any chance Sonny Styles goes number 2? There's a chance, but I think they're definitely going to hit Reese or Bailey, in my opinion. Keith, anybody got a difference of opinions there?
Yeah, I don't think Styles goes at 2.
Michael says Aqib Talib thinks the Broncos should trade up for Anthony Hill Jr.
He's
Good
been
friend
listening
Anthony
to
Manzano.
this show.
Anthony Manzano back. What's up, Anthony? Saying hello. He's a Dolphin fan, and he's saying his Dolphins are more likely to trade down than trade up because of the philosophy that Sullivan is coming from. So he's thinking trade down, trade up. There's going to be some moves for the Dolphins, and when you're a rebuilding team, you do that. You do make some, get more draft picks by trading up and trading back. Good to see you again, Anthony. Dalton, I'm not going to lie. I want Arvell Reese or David Bailey on Saints, but I know they won't be there at 8th pick.
Won't.
But Trevor just got him for you at 3, and then give up that. I think it's a good move for both teams. The Saints, get their guy at 3, and they lose a second-round pick, but they got their cornerstone on defense. They hope now with Arvell Reese, and like I said, he can play multiple positions. So depending on the scheme, he might be more of a linebacker in this scheme. So
somebody put out there that he should play in a 3-4, and I agree with that. So that would be my only thing with the Saints is, where are you going to play him?
Got to be an edge. You got to try him out at edge. If he's going this high, because I don't think he's great at linebacker. I don't think he was great in coverage. His pass rating was like in the hundreds at linebacker. So great athlete.
That's what I'm saying, a 3-4 where he can be like a Von Miller rush.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
He needs to be that. He can't be an outside linebacker, or he's not big enough, I don't think, to have his hand in the dirt.
No, he's got to be it. I think 3-4 makes a lot of sense, and he's got to be an edge rusher. That's the only way. Your only reason you're trading up to 3, because he's not very good in coverage.
And the reason but don't the Saints run a 4-3?
Dalton might be able to answer that. I think they do.
That would be my only downside with that, is what you do with him in a 4-3.
Yeah, but he could stand up in a 4-3. I mean, he don't want to necessarily put his hands in the dirt, kind of thing too. I mean, you gotta have your defense kind of set up in a way that makes Reese, like, you got to make it work, kind of thing. Like, you're getting upside. The point of this pick was upside here with Reese more than
there you go,
Bain.
Well, it's perfect.
So they
must the Saints, because they run a 3-4. Dalton's the Saint fan, so we're gonna.
They must have switched when Dennis Allen left. So
Brandon Staley, the defensive coordinator, 3-4. So It's a great pick. Trevor, you're coming right back. You got the Titans. You got a couple offers coming in. Carolina, New England, and the Rams.
Yeah, no, none of those teams can move up that high.
No.
I mean, the Panthers, if they're moving that high, I think it's for Love to replace Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, but they got Chuba Hubbard in that contract. I don't think they get, and I think they want.
I don't think Tennessee wants to move that far back.
No, I don't think so either. So for me, I'll just name a couple of the players that are in play for me. Jeremiah Love's in play. Carnell Tate's in play for me. Ruben Bain's in play. Styles could be a low key and be in play. I mean, he's been mocked there before. I like Mwaga there as well. I mean, you can never have too many offensive linemen and be able to protect Cam Ward. But yeah, this is tough with Tennessee, because I could see them going either way. Ruben Bain, the edge rusher, or do they go, try to give Cam Ward some more weapons with Love or with Carnell Tate? This is probably one of the more tougher teams, in my opinion.
Kenny, did Brian Dable use Saquon Barkley the right way, do you think? And I asked because if they draft Love, will they use him the right way, or will he not get used the right way and it's a wasted pick?
Yeah, I think he was used the right way. In year one, I mean, we won a lot of games because of Saquon Barkley. So I think he'd be fine.
Is Leone possibly in play here at 4? I mean, they need interior offensive line. I mean, I know you'd be drafting him pretty high, but it's like he would fit with that team, I think.
Not unless you want to trade back a few spots. If somebody's calling like the Chiefs or the Saints on draft night, or, like somebody wants to move up ahead of the Giants at 5, or ahead of, and for Jeremiah Love to short himself, Jeremiah Love. That's the only. I don't think that's way too early for Leone.
Okay, I'm narrowing my list down to 2 guys, and you know what? I'm gonna go Sonny Styles 4 to the Tennessee Titans.
Just to mess things up, right?
No, in a way,
I'm kidding.
I think it makes a lot of sense. You have Cody Barton at linebacker. I mean, talk about a sideline guy. Sonny Styles is one of the better linebackers we've seen in this draft. Come out in the draft in a long time. I mean, he is your complete linebacker, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, we talked about Robert Salah, going and trying to get pass rushers. I still think they could do that in the second round. But you got Arvell Reese, David Bailey. If they're there at 4, I think it's a different conversation. But Sonny Styles here at 4, right now on the board, to me, it's got to be Sonny Styles 4 to the Tennessee Titans. What he could do to possibly anchor that defense long term has got to really perk up Robert Salah's ears a little bit.
Yeah. I want to hit this one from Anthony. And Trevor, I'll let you answer it. Sorry, Jody, you're blocked for a second while I read the question. How about a pick swap with the Dolphins and the Titans? Titans get 11, a 4th-round pick next year, and Devon Achane. The Dolphins get 5 and their 2nd-round pick, or would be 4 and their 2nd-round pick.
Well, haven't the Dolphins said multiple times that they aren't trading Achane?
And I've said that multiple times too. I don't think Devon Achane is out the door. They're going to have enough money to pay him, and that you got to have playmakers at some point. Like, you can't trade everybody, and so the Dolphins, I think they'll keep Achane. And for Tennessee, does it make sense? Because here's the thing: if you're going to go running back, I would just take Love at 4. I mean, if you really want running back that much, your rookie scale contract with Devon Achane, he's coming up in the final year of his contract. He's going to want paid a decent amount of money. So I would just take Love if you really are investing in taking a running back at 4.
Yeah. Jody, you got the first Giants pick, the original. You got a trade offer coming in. Arizona wants to move up to 5, and we get third. They want 5 and 37 for 8.42. So move back 3 spots in the first round, move back 5 spots in the second round, gain a 3rd-round pick that we don't have at 65. Trevor did just take Sonny Styles.
I'll pass on both of those, and I think he's the best player in this draft, and I'll go Jeremiah Love.
I'm happy. I'm not ecstatic. Paul Rosen's my co-host on Giants Show, will be doing, flips for this pick. It's his boy, Notre Dame. Jody, that's your boy. Talk about what the Giants are getting at Jeremiah Love.
Well, he's a true 3-down back. He can pass block. He's got wide receiver hands. He doesn't fumble the ball. He can run between the tackles. He can get outside. I will say the only thing that bugs me once in a while with him is he likes to try to leap a lot of players. He likes to do that a lot, and that might get him in a little bit of trouble. But other than that, he might be the best running back I've seen since probably he's up there with Bijan Robinson, Saquon. I think he's better than Ashton Genty. So, by far, he's the best player in this draft. So,
I like it. Just putting some comments up. Keith thinks Jordan Tyson could be a wild card. TW doesn't think that the Saints are going to trade. They're a mess on both sides of the ball.
But why wouldn't the Saints trade up? If you think you have your quarterback in place, and you went out there got Travis A-Chain, or however you want to pronounce his name now, ETN, A-Chain, whatever. The Saints are a team that I think are turning towards that direction of winning now. I mean, they're not completely rebuilding anymore. They're going to challenge in that division. I think if Shot can be half decent when he was last year, I mean, and continue to grow as a quarterback, why can't you be right up there and possibly win that division, or at least be competitive, I should say. So, like, trading up for Arvell Reese, sometimes you got to be bold, and I think the Saints are one of those teams like, hey, you have nothing to lose, and it's a good trade. Move up and try to get one of the better potential players in the draft with high upside.
Yeah.
I don't understand trading for HN when you just signed ETN. So, I mean, that would be my only thing. That didn't make any sense to me.
True.
Yeah. Well, I was saying Travis Etienne, like he changed his name to Travis H-Ing now or whatever.
I'm gonna be up with the Browns pick here. A lot of trade offers coming in, 4 of them. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Washington, Tampa Bay. I'm not going to listen to Buffalo. That's too far back. Pittsburgh's going to be out of my range too. That's division. Washington's only 1 pick. I'm not going to do that. I'll listen to Tampa's offer here. 15 and 46. That's not bad. That's not bad, but I want to address something that I don't think he'll be there at 15. It's between 2 guys. It's between the top 2 here. Francis Mayawa from Miami, the offensive tackle, and Carnell Tate, wide receiver. We know they need wide receiver. Jordan Tyson getting a lot of play lately too, but I'm gonna take the wide receiver. I'm gonna give them a playmaker. I'm gonna give them Carnell Tate here. I'm not gonna take much time on it. It's been another consensus pick. No surprise here. I'm going Carnell Tate, Trevor Jody to the Browns at 6. Trevor, you'll be up with the Commanders.
Yeah, you kind of already took my pick there too, because he was in play for the Commanders there at 7. Commanders. I mean, for me, Mansur Delane sticks out right away in this scenario. I think Caleb Downs as well. I love Caleb Downs too. The more and more I dive deep on this guy, I think he's one of the blue chip prospects in this class.
Here's the offers, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I don't know if that. I'm going to use 2 trades in the top 10. I think Washington sticks some picks here. Didn't Washington have like 4 picks in this draft, by the way, Kenny?
They don't have much. I was
going to say, maybe a trade down would be in play here for them because they don't have much picks.
Real quick, I want to point out a new face coming in. John Wilhite. Jets are not going to take David Bailey since they canceled his visit after news surfaced that he has characteristic issues. He thinks they're going to take Arvell Reese. John, welcome to the show. A Jets fan or a fan of a different team, please share that in the chat, as we got a bunch of different fans from around the country hanging out with us. So I'd like to know what fan you are, and welcome to the show.
I will say, though, I don't know that I buy that because Peter Schrager had David Bailey going to the Jets at 2 as well, and he's got pretty there's connections there. So I don't know if I buy that completely about the character issues. That could be smoke screen too at this point. I don't know. I still think David Bailey he should be in play for them for the Jets.
Okay. Here's the picks, the trades that are coming in. Ravens want to move up 7 spots, give you a 2nd and a 5th this year. They add a 3rd rounder. Minnesota, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd this year. Commanders get their draft capital there. Draft picks, I should say. They get 2 extra picks. And Pittsburgh will give you 3 picks as well and a 2027 round 4.
And so the Commanders don't have a 2nd round pick. That's the only thing they don't have. They have a 3rd round pick at 71. The talent on the board is so dang intriguing, though. I mean, I'm thinking secondary here. Either Delane or Downs. That's the 2 players that I have that are in play for me anyway. Give me Caleb Downs here at 7 with the Commanders. Actually, I'm going to flip the board a little bit. I think he makes a ton of sense for the Commanders. They need secondary help. You could argue corner as well with Mansour Delane, but I think Caleb Downs is one of the more blue chip prospects in this class, and I think he's getting overlooked by a lot of teams. But this is a guy that I think, when it's all said and done, could be one of the more sure thing prospects and all pro safeties to come out.
There's a chance if this board is different on Thursday and Jeremiah Love is gone and it's between Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs, the Giants may take Caleb Downs over Sonny Styles. I'm still not ruling that out. And it's a possibility. I agree, Trevor. He's a great player. I think he's got all the tools to be a leader on the defense and a 5-star player in the future. So I think that's a great choice there for the Commanders, and it makes a lot of sense. I'm up with the Cardinals, who traded back at 3, so I have their pick here at 8. One trade offer, I'm probably going to deny it because I know who I want at 8, because I would have gotten him at 3. Giants want to move up to 8. 2 spots. What would the Giants want?
Delane?
That could be Delane with the Chiefs sitting there.
Maybe
Delane is my boy, but I'm going to take, I'm sorry, Jody's up with the Cardinals. I looked at the numbers. I'm sorry, Jody. I got the Chiefs. You got the Cardinals here, my friend.
No,
you want to make that trade.
No, I'll pass on that. I think they run to the board with Moaga. I mean, they need help there, and their O-line is not good there. So,
yeah, and not a new face. Hog Dog's back. Not a Dolphin fan. Board is falling perfect for my Dolphins, and I'm going to be having the pressure. But I'm going to ask I got a couple of Dolphin fans out there. I'll probably be asking your opinions when we pick at 11, fellas. So hang out, and we'll be in the war room in a couple minutes. Maniawa was at the pick there. That's a great job, Jody. I'm probably not listening to offers neither. You get your guy at 8 as opposed to 3, and you got yourself a second-round pick. That Trevor made that trade earlier as well. I don't think I'm going to listen to offers for the Chiefs because I know who I want if I'm the Chiefs, and I'm running to the board as well. But you got the Browns. You got Miami calling. Miami wants to move up. They'll give up 11 and 94, and then Detroit a little further back in Seattle. But again, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm running to the floor, guys. I know Ruben Bain is there, but you lost 3 corners in the offseason. I think edge rusher, I think when you pick later on in the round, I think there'll be one there for you if you want to go that route. This pick at 10, I'm going with the most dependable, most reliable. His ceiling may not be high as McCoy, but his floor is higher than anybody in this draft at corner. So I'm going to take Mansour Delane here, and I'm not going to look back and hurt my feelings because I really want him at the Giants at 10, but I got to pass. I got to be realistic. I think the Chiefs take Mansour Delane here at 9.
is his floor higher than Trent McDuffie, or his ceiling, I guess?
Right up there, I would say, with McDuffie possibly.
Same position, Anthony. We went Delane. I think he's you go with the safer pick there as a top 10. I think outside top 10, you could start talking McCoy because of the injury. You could start taking chances on him. But top 10, it's really taking a big gamble if he misses. BPA, Bain, or Fano, Hog Dog's saying. But we got the Giants up. Trevor, you got this one for the Giants. You want to listen to offers?
Yes. Let's see what offers are on the board.
Detroit.
Okay, yeah.
Going to make you move up 55 spots in round 2 to move back 7 spots. Vegas,
That's
next year's number 1.
That's too far, though, I think.
Tennessee's next year's number 1. Detroit would be a decent one, maybe.
Thank you for the Giants. Who are you targeting if you move back? I have a name in mind. I just don't know if they'll be there.
Yeah. I got two in mind that would be there for the Giants.
Or just what would Detroit be moving up for? I mean, do they really think
The offensive line for sure.
Yeah, because they need a right tackle for sure.
Do you think there's a chance it's Bain could be in play for them as well?
Not in a move up. No, they really need offensive line.
Yeah, because
if they're moving up, it's offensive line.
Whatever guard position Graham Glasgow played, they got to replace, and they got to replace right tackle since they moved Penny Sewell to left tackle.
Well, I'll say this. I'm going to ruin Detroit's plans because I'm going to take Spencer Fano here at 10 for the New York Giants. I know it's been rumored wide receiver, but the Giants should not overthink this pick. You've got to address offensive line. It's still a weak point for the Giants, in my opinion, and that might be. I know Giants fans are going to want to hear that right now. Andrew Thomas, I can't trust him to stay healthy for 10 games. I mean, he struggles to stay healthy. Fano can move to the right side. Right now, if Andrew Thomas gets hurt, you can move Illuminor back to right tackle, Fano to left tackle. I like Spencer Fano. I actually think the gap between Moaga and Fano is not that big, in my opinion. Moaga is a better pass blocker, but Fano, he's right up there with him when it comes to a run blocker, and I think he's still a very good pass blocker. I know this is not going to be a popular pick for a lot of people. People and Giants fans are going to want the playmaker, but don't overthink this. You need offensive line. And Spencer Fano, you can move Illuminor back inside. Fano can be your right tackle. You've got to protect Jackson Dart. If you don't have Jackson Dart on the field, do you have a chance?
Jameis Winston.
Oh, gosh.
Kenny, do you think O-line is a problem for the Giants? Because they finished, I think, 9th.
We were better than people.
PFF had him 9th at the end of the season.
We were pretty good last year, I know. But Trevor makes a good point about Andrew Thomas. He's got to stay healthy. Problem is, Trevor, Marcus Bowe came on last year. He was a steal in the 5th round, and he fit in nice. So you already have somebody who's going to, your 6th lineman. If I would have went offensive lineman in due respect, maybe I would have went Leone over Fano and go with keep Illuminor on the outside, get what some people are saying the best offensive lineman in the draft at 10. But I'm a fan of Fano too, but I don't know if I would take him there at 10.
I will say I think Illuminor is better inside, though. That's why I went tackle. I think Fano is a better pass blocker. Illuminor, and he's 6'4", like 338 pounds. That to me is more of a guard size than a tackle. I wouldn't put all my chips in on Illuminor being my right tackle. I think offensive line's going to be one of those things where, like, okay, it could be a real issue for this team, and you got to protect Jackson Dart at all costs, and if that means getting another tackle top of the draft, I think you got to take that chance. Leone was definitely in play there for me at 10 as well, but I want Illuminor inside. I want Fano outside at right tackle.
Listen, I don't have an issue with this pick because if I'm okay with Maniawa at 5, then I got to be okay with Spencer Fano at 10 because, like you said, is there much of a drop-off between the two? I don't hate the pick. I maybe would have went with a playmaker, but I don't hate the pick by any means. I'm up with the Dolphins, and Hog Dog wants to know trade options. So you know what, Hog Dog? Gonna let you play along. We're gonna make this pick together, my friend. So we got 3 trade options coming in: Baltimore, Carolina, Kansas City. Not gonna lie, right out of the gate, I'm liking this first one, Hog Dog. Pick 11, pick 14. I just want to show you the board. The board, to me, in my opinion, Hog Dog and Trevor Jody chat, is falling nicely for the Dolphins. You got Ruben Baines sitting there. You need a playmaker, right? You got Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon still sitting there. Jamad McCoy, Kenyon Sadiq is still there. You can maybe move back a couple spots and get a draft pick, an extra draft pick in the middle rounds on a rebuilding team and still get one of these guys that is your top 5 on the board right now. I think you got to maybe make a trade back. So let's look at the options again. Ravens, 11 and 130, and the Dolphins move up 50 spots in round 3 to move up in the round 3 and only move back 3 spots here. Really liking that offer, Hog Dog. We'll look at Carolina and Kansas City's. Carolina, 8 spots for 51 and 130. Why would I move back 8 spots when I can get more, move up more? 8 spots, 51, a little higher than in the second round for 8 spots in the first round. That's not bad neither. Kansas City, we're going to throw that one out, Hog Dog. I do like the 2 offers that are coming in. Hog Dog, I'm going to do it. I'm going to let it give us time to think. I'm going to make the trade and move back 3 spots with Baltimore, guys.
Anthony's also giving his their intake as well.
Oh, yeah, Anthony, you're a Dolphin fan too. I'm sorry. How about the trade back, Anthony? You're sticking and picking Monroe here. Interesting. Like to get a trade back and get Vega. Anthony.
I will say Miami's O-line is garbage.
But they need everything. They're one of those teams that needs everything. Like one player can solve it.
All fairness, Anthony. So Hog Dog's a Dolphin fan. You're a Dolphin fan. I'm making the pick for the Dolphins, and I was thinking of trading back. I know we can get one of those offensive linemen at 14. I know one of them will be up there. So I'm going to make the trade, and we're going to see where we're at 14. It's too good of an offer to pass up to move up 80 spots on a team that's rebuilding, and these guys are going to be on the board as well. So let's make the trade, Trevor, and then we'll see where we're at 14. But I'm going to make the trade first and sound the whistle. We're going to trade with the Ravens.
Wow. And I wonder what the mindset of the Ravens right now moving up.
I got my mindset for the Ravens. So I'm going to make this trade.
Trade whistle is in full blast.
All right. So I'm up with the Ravens now. And Trevor, you're going to be making the pick with Hog Dog and Brand.
Kenny's just passing the torch down, so
Anthony. So you got the pressure. So you got to work with them to make the trade.
Okay.
But here, I'm sorry to say it, guys. I'm going to make the trade here, and Baltimore can use interior linemen. I'm doing it. I'm taking Vega Leone here for the Ravens. I just don't think he had a chance of. I think they wanted to move up. Get them, make sure they get them. Nobody else moves up ahead of them like Tampa Bay or a team further down the line. They get their offensive lineman that they've coveted, and they get arguably the best lineman in this draft in Vega Leone.
Definitely fair move up.
And Dolphins get 80 spots to move to trade back 3, and they'll be able to address offensive line or somebody else at 14, somebody they're coveting.
That's a great move for the Dolphins. It's a questionable one for the Ravens, though, because Leone probably is there at 14.
Hey, and let's say hello to Glenn Ashley out there in Australia. What's up, mate? Good morning, Michael Keith. And he's also saying good morning to all of us. It's morning out there in here he comes. Good morning, Kenny, Jody, Trevor, Posse, and Juicers. I hope you all having a good weekend. Juicing you up with a triple shot latte. You know what? It's the Pickers in Mock Draft show. Just got a little iced tea for you today, but it's not the juice talk show. We'll just do a little iced tea cheers for you, Glenn. And everybody else out there, raise your glasses to draft week. Let's have a fun. We're having a fun mock draft show. Everybody's aboard. We're hanging out. We're having fun. We're making picks. We got our friends making picks. Our Dolphin fans are getting ready to make a pick. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Cheers, everybody.
Keith said Kenny just traded the pick and took the guy the Commanders wanted in Vegas. Or the commenters wanted in Vegas. Sorry, Commanders. Commenters, I meant.
In Vega, I think he was saying. Yeah. Well, the one of the commenters wanted Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, put Trevor on the spot. Sorry, fellas.
Yeah.
Hog Dog saying good pick. But Trevor will be helping you guys out. You guys can work along together. Dallas is up at 12 with Jody. 2 trade offers, Jody, and you still got 2 trades available. So Lions want to move up 5 spots, Jody. And Cowboys will get pick 50. Lions will get 92. Minnesota wants to move up 6 and give the Cowboys 82 and 163.
I'm going to pass on both of these. I think Dallas needs to find somebody to replace Michael Parsons, and I'm taking Reuben Baines here.
Good value there. He dropped. It's funny. Trevor and I have been doing these for about 2 months now, and somebody different drops in every draft that we do. And Reuben Baines today draft was the one, Trevor. Dropping outside the top 10 was a little surprising. So great value there, Jody. I think that's a great pick.
But it's realistic too that Bain could drop outside the top 10. A lot of teams are not overly pleased with his size and his arm length. So something to watch out for. Also, Dallas is probably going to be aggressive to try to move into the top 5 to try to get one of those pass rushers as well.
Anthony's coming in. I'm up on the clock with the Rams, and he thinks they're going to go Jordan Tyson. It's Mekhi Lemon or Jordan Tyson for sure. I'm hearing I got one trade offer coming in. Let me just look at it for giggles. It's a good offer from the Browns. It's not a bad offer. Mm-hmm. It's something I could see the Rams doing and having 2 picks now. But I'm going to respectfully pass because I am going to.
Just remember their GM said F them picks. So,
yeah, but I'm going to take a wide receiver here. They need wide receiver. And just to be, not to be different, but I've been going chalky on all my picks so far. I'm with Anthony. Jordan Tyson's still sitting there. He had a good pro day. All this hype on Mekhi Lemon to the Rams. You know what? Give me Jordan Tyson as you don't know, you got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, but they both got to stay healthy. Give me another one here, another big receiver, 6'2", 203. Give me Jordan Tyson to the Rams. I like it, Anthony. Let's do it.
I wonder if Tyson's going to drop more. I wonder if this is a little bit of a smokescreen because Tyson also has a big injury history behind him, like ACL injuries and stuff like that, multiple times too. So I wouldn't be surprised if Omar Cooper went ahead Jordan Tyson. I think that might be one of my hot takes. Jordan Tyson might fall in this draft, actually.
I made that pick, and it's funny, like Michael was saying earlier about the Giants really putting all this effort into Jordan Tyson. They put so much effort into Shedeur Sanders last year. Some of this stuff is smokescreen.
It is.
It is, and are out there looking at other guys for Arizona State, maybe Keith Abney, Einenhocker, the offensive tackle. You may be looking at other guys, and let's take Jordan Tyson out to dinner. Let's make a little smokescreen here, that we're going to take him at 10, and the guy we really like at 10 slips, and it's all a chess game. These guys are playing chess. TW saying that the injury history scares me, but if somebody's going to take a chance on him, it's the Rams. They have another pick in the first round coming up as well. So we're going to go with that. We're going to take a shot. Outside the top 10 is where I start taking shots on guys who had an injury or two, and I'll take Jordan Tyson there. Anthony wants Monroe here based on the tape I've seen with him. He's a right tackle. I don't think his feet are good enough to play left. Got a Giant fan coming in a second. I'm going to get to him, but I do want to. Hog Dog was saying Monroe or McCoy, Trevor. I'm leaning more Jamal McCoy. I'll just say it right now. I think he's falling right now, right in the Dolphins' hands, and he has a ton of upside. Could be the best corner in this class if he's healthy. And new face coming in on my square 3536, fellow Giant fan, my friend. Imagine Tyson playing at MetLife Stadium. That is an injury report waiting to happen. That turf is bad. I agree. We were just saying on my square, and if you're a Giants fan, definitely hang out. I'm a Giants fan. We made a couple picks. We're just doing a random selection mock draft where I didn't get the Giant picks at 5 and 10. But if you are a Giant fan, which I'm assuming, I agree with you that I don't know if I want to bring in not just the MetLife Stadium. I don't know if I want to bring in an injury-prone wide receiver with Malik Neighbors coming off an injury. If I'm going to go wide receiver, pick Cardinal Tate at 5 and get somebody else at 10 who slips to 10 in your laps. That's the route I would go on my square. And thanks for hopping in. Definitely. Who would be your ideal 5 and 10? Mine would be Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs on for my Giant fan out there. Giant fan since 1980. Welcome aboard, my friend. Welcome aboard. Giant fan here. Long time Giant fan as well. Since born in 75, probably started following him around 1980 as well. And Link Dog coming in. How many rounds are you doing? We're doing 2 tonight, Link Dog. And put in there who you're a fan of, Link Dog. Like to know who you're a fan of as well. And Trevor, why don't you let everybody really quick, these new faces coming in, if you don't mind, while I get everything ready for the next pick. Tell everybody about our draft show coming up this week.
Yeah, we have the NFL Pick is in draft show. This is the mock draft show. We've had now 6 mock drafts so far this offseason. This will be our 6th and final mock draft of the offseason. But don't worry, you can catch us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the NFL Pick is in draft show with all 3-day coverage. We're going to be here breaking everything down, analysis, special guests coming on day 3. But we're going to be with you all the way through, putting your comments up, getting your guys' feedback, but also giving our perspectives on every single draft pick from 1 all the way down to the 7th round. And so to make sure relevant. So please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We also have giveaways that we're going to be giving away as well. So make sure to come in. It's a lot of fun. We've done this now. I've done this now. This is going to my 3rd season. I know these guys next to me have done it a little bit longer, but it's a lot of fun. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Please join us Thursday, Friday, Saturday. NFL Pick is in draft show live here on Rocky Mountain Sports Network. Can't wait to see you all there.
What makes us unique, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, is the interaction. We're interacting tonight. That's what we're going to do on draft night. We're going to interact, and we're going to have fun with fans all around. Hopefully we can get close to, if not all 32 teams fans in with us on Thursday night. That would be great. Hog Dog wants to see the trade options again, but he's also saying McCoy now and can get Pregnon at 30. Interior lineman, so he's already looking ahead.
But here's my little thing on Monroe Freeling. His pass blocking grade was in the 85 range, but his run blocking grade was not very good this past season. He was in the 60s as a run blocker. I worry about him as a run blocker. That's why I'm saying Jamal McCoy was hurt this past season. I understand that, but here's the thing. And when he was playing on the field, he was fantastic. Injuries you got to be careful with and not overthink them as well. Like, yes, they got to be in your mindset when you're evaluating players. They can't take over your thought process. So you've got to go high upside here. If you're going to stick and pick, Jamal McCoy for me is the guy. If not, I can just certainly understand trading back though, but I would stay away from Monroe Freeling. I think the run blocking for me, it's an issue for me.
We got an okay for Jamal McCoy from a Dolphin fan,
okay.
So let's make that trade. He's saying Pregnon at 30, so
okay.
the Hog Dog likes that. Let me just make sure.
Over wide receiver,
huh? Anthony does have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a first-time general manager, is it smart to risk your first-round pick on the guy within an injury history like McCoy, like Sullivan is going to be doing?
Yes. Okay. I think if you believe in the player with Jamal McCoy and the upside he has the potential to be one of the best corners, if not the best corner out of this class. Injuries, I understand. We just talked about injuries with Jordan Tyson. Like, that's a real issue as well. So for me, I'm thinking if I'm the Miami Dolphins and some of these teams that are rebuilding, I want players with high upside because you can develop those kind of players. And that's what you got to be doing if you're Sullivan, the GM there. You got to be getting players with high upside. If you sticking and picking here, I understand trading back, but you cannot afford to miss on this pick first and foremost. In my opinion only, we can have differences, of course. I think you got to take the best corner in this class, and that's Jamal McCoy. Plus, you have a defensive mind as your head coach. He's probably going to want to shore up that defense at some point in time, especially in the secondary.
Yeah. Idleman wants to know. Idleman, another fellow Dolphin fan. If you are, we're getting a lot of them, and that's okay. We'll take them. We'll take as many as you want to come hang out with us. We love it. Idleman coming in. Will Dolphins draft Keldrick Falk? Could he be an option later on, Trevor, at 30?
I think he could be in play, but I don't like they have Chop Robinson and some of those guys on that edge. I don't know that edge is the biggest need. I think that they need to address wide receiver at some point. It could be early second round, but at pick 30, it could be wide receiver too. So for me, Kedrick Falk definitely could be in play. I like Kedrick Falk a lot. Again, a high upside player, big in size for an edge rusher. You want those big, powerful edge rushers off the edge. Could definitely be in play. I just don't know that edge is necessarily one of their biggest needs right now. Again, the Dolphins are one of those teams they got many different needs, just like the Arizona Cardinals and some of these other teams that are rebuilding.
Idleman is a Dolphin fan, and you know what? Bronco fans, Dolphin fans, neck and neck, followed by Giants, Saints coming in. I know we got have Jets fan in here, so keep them coming. Dolphins are catching up to the Broncos. This is interesting here. A lot of Dolphin fans coming in. Love it. Love it. A lot of new faces. Keep them coming. Trody, you got 15 and 16. So 15 is going to be the Buccaneers. You want to look at trade offers? You got 3 of them coming in.
Mike Jody, there you go.
No, I think I know where I'm going to go with this.
Okay.
They need pass rushing help, and Kendrick Folk is the best pass rusher on the board still. That's where I'm going.
Never mind.
This is pretty easy for me. I mean, they've said that for 2 years now that's what they need there. So that's a pretty easy one for me.
That's a good pick because he's climbing up boards, and he was ranked 20 on our board here with NFL draft database. And you can see there's nobody else near him. So I was the only one on Mesidor. But Mesidor's at 25 years old. You need to be a Super Bowl contender, in my opinion, if you're going to draft Mesidor or at this early. So I think I like to pick Keldrick Falk there, Jody. I think you did a good job. Idleman laughing and Hogdog saying Idleman, Anthony, and myself representing. Brandon, Texan fan. Maybe the Dolphins should copy the Texans' rebuild in 2022. Started with corner 1 and safety 1 in the second. Good point. Good point.
Worked out pretty good for them. Got one of the better corners in football.
But I will say, go look at the Dolphins' starting left tackle right now. That is not good. And you already have an inexperienced quarterback back there. I need someone to protect him. Especially because you're probably drafting your franchise quarterback next year.
Well, you can't. The problem with the Dolphins is you can't address every need at 11. So we'll see at 30. These are the gambles you take. We'll see at 30, or if there's a trade up, we'll see if the Dolphins, get their position of need at 30 and a player that our friends in the chat, our Dolphin fans, are happy with. So let's move on, Jody. You got the Jets. Do you want to look at trade offers? You got 3 of them coming in at 16 here.
No, I think I'll pass again. I think I'm pretty sold that Ty Simpson is going right here.
You did this a few weeks ago, and Mel Kiper 2 days later mocked stole Jody Moncrief's pick here, everybody, and went Ty Simpson at there he is. I'm going to do it here. Jody, explain why at 16.
I mean, he's the second best quarterback in this draft, and I think if you don't get him now, there's going to be a handful of teams fighting to go get him. And do you risk more pieces to try to move up or whatever to get him when you had a chance right there to get him? It's and I just use this example. It's like people kept saying, "Oh, Denver should have traded back and got Bo Nix later and taken the tight end." And I don't agree with that because the Raiders they would have never gotten Nix. So when you have your chance, if you think he's a franchise quarterback, you've got to take him.
Fair enough. And you know what? I'm not against it.
How many people laughed at Denver for where they took Nix, and who's laughing now?
Jody, real quick, were you one of those people that they were a Knicks guy? I'm giving you a heck.
Was I a Knicks guy in the beginning?
Yeah.
No, but I've done a 180 on Bo Nix. And
a 180? You've done a 720 on Bo Nix.
Exactly.
We love you, Jody. We love you.
Me and Kurt have filled up all the seats on the train, so there's no more room on there. So
Here's my thing. This is my philosophy on quarterbacks. I think it's a great pick at 16. If you don't think he's going to be there, or you got a chance of moving up from 33 into the mid 20s because you think the Steelers are going to take him at 21, you take him here. If you're the Jets at 2 and you think the Cardinals are going to take him at 3, you take him at 2. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not, these draft experts, this and that. You're not the GM. You're not the scouts. You're not the coaches watching these guys day after day, talking to these guys every day, getting insight from their past coaches and other people. You like them where you like them, you take them. I don't care how big of a reach it is at quarterback. There's no reach at quarterback. You like your quarterback? If somebody likes Garrett Nussmeier in the first round, who am I to say that's a bad pick? You think that's your quarterback of the future and you want to put your chips all in on Garrett Nussmeier? Put him in. I have no problem with this pick, Jody. That being said, I'm not a Ty Simpson guy, but I have no problem.
And I'm not really a Ty Simpson guy either. I mean, I think both him and Mendoza are around 2 or 3 quarterbacks in next year's draft. So I think that's one of the reasons Ty Simpson came out this year.
Yeah. No, it's not a bad move. Not a bad move for sure. We got Trevor on the board with the Lions. Do you want to listen to picks here, or are you just gonna where you're going with this pick?
I may shock some people actually with this pick, because I don't think tackle is necessarily a sure thing here. And I say that because please tell me, other than Hutchinson, who else do the Lions have to get after the quarterback? And Hutchinson has injury issues too. So it's like, I'm interested in trade offers, but honestly, Akeem Mesidor sitting right there at 17, he's very intriguing. I think you got to reinvest in edge. That's the thing. Every single year, edge is a premium position. Cornerback, premium position. These premium positions, you've got to make sure if you're an NFL team, you're reinvesting into those every so often. And to me, Detroit, they don't have anybody else other than Hutchinson. I'm going to Akeem Mesidor here at 17 if I'm the Detroit Lions, and I'm passing on tackle. I'm not in love with Monroe Freeling. I'm going to say it right now. Caden Proctor, to me, he could be up and down. I think his first year, I think he's pretty raw. And I think if you're the Detroit Lions, you need a player that's going to help you now. Mesidor's floor is high. We'll see. I don't think his ceiling is as high as David Bailey and Arvell Reese and some of these other guys, but I think his floor is higher, possibly. So give me Akeem Mesidor to the Detroit Lions, help out Aiden Hutchinson, get him some help, and you have a possibly 1-2 combination to throw at opposing quarterbacks.
I will say you've got to protect Jared Goff. I mean, he's a statue back there. He can't run, and teams are probably salivating at whoever they throw at right tackle right now. So
Anthony followed Fernando since high school. Sorry, I'm cutting this off for a second. The kid is a great game manager. Not going to draft a guy with that label at number 1 where his ceiling apparently is Brock Purdy.
I've heard even higher, honestly. I've heard Matt Ryan been thrown out there quite a bit. Okay.
18, I'm up. We're moving along nicely here. We'll try to move a little quicker in the second round. Vikings, I have an idea where I want to go here. I'm not going to listen to trade offers to try and pick up the pace a little bit. I am going to go safety, but I'm going to throw a curveball. It's not going to beat Dylan Dynaman. My second-ranked safety, McNeil Warren, I have slightly higher than Dylan Thieneman. And I know some people may have him mocked in the second and like, I'm crazy, Kenny, because he's Toledo. Don't let Toledo fool you. This guy knows where to be. He's a ball hog. He'll be all around the ball. He's a tackler. 6'3", 201. He'll fit right there with Brian Flores, what he wants to do on defense. And that when I look at a player that Brian Flores would develop and turn into a star, Emmanuel McNeil Warren fits that role. So that's going to be the pick here at 18. Trevor, you're up with 19. And Glenn, go McNeil Warren, Kenny. Attaboy. Hey,
Bold.
cheers to you again, Glenn. We think alike, my friend. I might have to get out there in Australia because maybe I'm Australian. We're alike. We may, and Glenn's not. We're not. Glenn's different time. It's morning over there. We're not cheating. We're not sharing each other's picks, but we share a lot of the same thoughts. It's scary.
Yeah, I got Carolina on the board right now, and two players that stick out right away: Kenyon Sadiq and Dylan Thieneman. Because Dylan Thieneman, for me, second best safety in this class. I think he's closer to Caleb Downs than some people think. But, do I want to go help out Bryce Young, or do I want to help out this defense? That's the biggest question mark here for me. I'm going to go Dylan Thieneman here at 19 for the Carolina Panthers. I love Kenyon Sadiq, but they can still address tight end later in the draft. For me, Dylan Thieneman is in a tier by himself at safety, and I just think that you've got to be able to address safety. They don't have much at safety right now. I think if Dylan Thieneman's there, it's a good problem to have. You have two of the Oregon players, Kenyon Sadiq and Dylan Thieneman there. For me, it's Dylan Thieneman.
Dylan the villain. Jody, you got the second pick for the Cowboys here at 20. Any trade offers you want to listen to?
Yeah, let's see what's out there because I kind of have a guy in mind, but
You got Miami, and we'll let our Miami friends listen to that trade. Dolphins want to move up here to 20. You were just saying they need offensive line. Cowboys receive 30, 75, and 151. Vegas will move up into the first round, give them first pick in the second round, second pick in the second round, 36. I'm sorry, that'd be the fourth pick in the 30. They'll give them 36, 67, 102. And Chargers, 2 spots, and the Cowboys would receive a 4th round pick.
I'm gonna pass on those. I'm probably going off the board. I know I'm going off the board a little bit.
Dolphins should stay put, and Idle saying that's surprising as well. So I wouldn't do the Dolphins trade. It looks like that they should stay put.
I'm gonna go off the board a little bit. This is probably a wild pick, but I'm going the linebacker from Texas here. Anthony Hill. I think he fits exactly what Dallas wants. I know that he's a little lower on this, but he is rising up the boards, and if it wasn't for Sonny Styles just blowing it away at the combines, he may be the number 1 linebacker in this draft.
You sure you don't want to take a trade offer?
Yeah, because I think someone else is going to snag him. I don't.
Okay.
I have a feeling he's going round 1. Just
fair enough.
I don't think people keep saying he's in Denver's range. I don't think he's in Denver's range now because I think he goes round 1.
And surprising too because he goes before Rodriguez off the board, so that probably going to push Jacob Rodriguez up the board even more in the second round.
Cook. Jody TW saying, Cook, go get him. I'm going to see an Anthony Hill on someone's mock draft tomorrow. I'm really going to lose it. Jody comes out with some bold moves here, and it just seems like sometimes they get stolen. So going to get called out if I see an Anthony Hill in the first round tomorrow. I'm just saying, you're going to get called out on Thursday because nobody had Anthony Hill at 20 to the Cowboys. Show me somebody who does, and I'll apologize right now live on the air.
I will say that
Joe.
Linebacker, he is well past CJ Allen for me. CJ Allen has dropped to maybe even the 3rd tier with Josiah Trotter and stuff. He has fallen that far for me where I had CJ Allen as a first rounder when I first started, but he's fallen for me.
Yep.
Getting a lot of love for that pick, Jody. Good job. I got the Steelers. I'm not going to listen to trade offers here. Do have a need here, and Ty Simpson's off the board, but there's a need here. Yeah, I might, right? That could really start some rumbles. I'm not going to lie here. I'm looking at a team. I got Aaron Rodgers. Who am I going to be safer with here? Is it going to be
I have a question.
Monroe
You said with Aaron Rodgers, has he committed that he's coming back?
Not yet, but he will. You know how he is. He's going to wait, and I'll be back.
They've been flirting around with quarterbacks, so they were in on Kyle Murray as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I got a big decision here, and it's like one of them things I'm going to flip a coin 50 times and see if it's heads Monroe Freeling, tails Caden Proctor. Monroe Freeling, I like a little more than Trevor, 6'7", 315. It's only started 15 games. There is some upside there, but he also can be, possibly, a bust. And Caden Proctor, 6'7", also, but 352. I'm sorry, 352 listed. He's closer to 370. Those fast edge rushers, I think, are going to have a chance to blow by him. So you know what? I'm a little higher than Trevor. I'm Monroe Freeling. I'm going to take the guy who had 15 starts and has some upside. I'll take Monroe Freeling here for the Steelers. Caden Proctor, I just, and I got a 41-year-old quarterback, a pocket guy. I got to go with a guy that I think may have better protection in the long run. So give me Monroe Freeling to the Steelers at 21.
Wow. I've got the Chargers on the
board.
board.
20 Chargers. I'm on the board with them as well. So I get back to back here. I will listen to some trade offers just to see what we got. New England and the Jets. Kansas City's going to be out. I'll tell you right now, that is too good to pass up if I'm the Chargers. 9 spots to get a second-round pick, and all you got to give up is a 6th round to move. I'm going to take this offer from the Patriots, Trevor, right now. Patriots receive pick 20. This is going to be my second trade and final trade in the first round. Patriots receive pick 22 and pick 204. Chargers move back 9 spots and gain a second-round pick with 63, Trevor. Sound the train whistle.
Wow. Patriots moving up, need to see what they're going to do with Mr. Drake May, or maybe they address defense. We shall see, but another trade, wow.
There's a guy who's fallen too far off this board. All the A.J. Brown stuff, that's going to be out the door. Philly trying to lowball us. We don't need A.J. Brown anymore. We're going to get Mekhi Lemon here for the Patriots. Not going to sugarcoat it and take any time.
Wow. Big move up for the New England Patriots there. Get their wide receiver. Help out Drake May. You have Romeo Doubs, and what else?
It's a great move for the Patriots. You get a guy who's ranked number 12 at 22 and a slot guy and top 3 wide receiver in this draft, could easily be top 3 when it's all said and done. So I think it was a good move for the Patriots, and I think a solid move for the Chargers to get a second-round pick out of it by moving 9 spots back and only having to give up a 6th.
Yeah.
Do you think A.J. Brown has moved on draft day or no?
No, it'll be post June 1st because they can save money. But I think A.J. Brown as a New England Patriot, I'll still stand by that.
Glenn was saying take the Pats offer for Sadiq, but I would have if Lemon wasn't there. Lemon was too good to pass up there at 22 for a team that needs a wide receiver. There was no way he was going to be there at 30, 31, and he could be going off the board right here to the Eagles, so he might have just taken the Eagles pick.
I like Lemon. The only thing I'll say is he's not an outside wide receiver. He's a slot guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's fine.
That's fine. Are
yeah,
you're good with a slot guy in round 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. With his talent, he's ranked number 13 on the board, so you might even see him go top 15. Rams are in play for him at 13, so when he got by the Rams, there really wasn't anyone else after that, so he fell a little bit. Patriots are that next team. They moved up. I think we did a good job there. Trevor, Eagles, 1 trade offer, but your trades are up, right? You did your 2?
No, I've done 1 so far.
Okay. So
yeah.
Mekhi Lemon might have been in play for the Eagles. Browns want to move up to give you next year's number 1.
Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah, that ain't happening though. and I'm moving up to round one. So don't even need a sugarcoat. Actually, I may surprise some people. I'm going Caden Proctor to the Eagles. I think that they need tackle. I think they got to address offensive line and continue to develop help Jalen Hurts out in that offensive line. I think another guy that's dropped is Caden Proctor, in my opinion.
Nice. Here we go. A couple comments. Michael saying, yep. Kenyon Sadiq, you gave us your thoughts on Lemon. Reports are that DK Metcalf won't play under his current contract with no guaranteed money. Keith is referring to for us. And Glenn is saying Lemon is a slot player too. Limited, I think he's overrated. We'll see. I know for the Rams could be a fit. For the Patriots, I think is that second fit. Like it's got to be a fit, and I think we've hit the fit for Lemon, in my opinion. Jody, you're up with the Browns, second pick of the round. They did take Carnell Tate with their first pick, Jody. You have a trade left in the first round. If you want to use it, you got one offer coming in. It's not. You got the Titans wanting to come back in the first round. They'll give you 35 and 66.
No, I'll pass on that. I think they're running to the board. They need to. If Sanders is your starter, you better get somebody that can pass block for 6, 7, 8, 9 seconds while he holds the ball. And I'm going with Caleb Lomu.
Utah, the other Utah tackle. I like him more than a lot of people. Some people got him, I think this is where he should go. I think he's a chance he may slip out of the first round. He can go anywhere from, I think, 21 Steelers to 31 to 35. He's one of those guys, but I like him right about here, Jody. I think you hit another good pick in need. John saying Cowboys aren't going. Anthony Hill, Jody, biggest reach ever.
Well, he's probably the one guy that's moving up my board the fastest of any player.
Yeah.
And he probably would, like I said, he might as well be the number one linebacker in this class if Sonny Styles didn't just destroy the combine. I mean, if you go watch some of his games, you don't hear his name called a lot. So that's my only thing with Sonny Styles. So
I love Caden Proctor, by the way. I know Keith likes to loan over Proctor. I think Proctor's has a chance to have the highest upside of any tackle in this class. Big guy. Also, was rated very high both in running and pass blocking win rate. So I like Caden Proctor a lot, and only 20 years old. I mean, that's perfect fit for the Eagles right there. Lane Johnson also about ready to be out the door. You've got to be able to protect Jalen Hurts long term. I love Caden Proctor's from where he can start now, but also his upside and where you can develop him long term as a tackle.
Yeah, we're going to see. I'm with Keith. I like Lomu a little better than Proctor. I like those Utah tackles.
I like them both over Blake Miller, though. I think he is very well overrated.
Yeah, I agree there. And even Max Einhocker, too.
Jody, you got a back-to-back. You have the Bears. Hogdog giving his take. They take a Dunze's teammate, Denzel Boston. You got some trade offers coming in. Do you want to listen?
Excuse me. Yeah, let's see what the trade-off.
Rams, it's kind of moving into giving you next year's number one. Denver wanting to come in, give you next year's number one.
That's not realistic for Denver.
Vegas wants to move back in. They'll give you their third round pick and fourth round pick. You got a fourth round 25, 129, 1 and 239 for the Raiders. Bears will get 36, 67, and 134. And Tennessee with the 25 and 129 for 35, 66, 144.
No, I think I'll stay where I'm at. And I agree with TW. I think they go Peter Woods here. They need D line help.
I like the pick. It's you need not my number one defensive tackle, but it's Pro Football NFL draft mock base, NFL mock draft database's number one guy. So don't have a problem with the pick. I think he's definitely in play for the Giants at 37. So I don't have a problem with the position there, Jody. I think that's a good hit on a position need for the Bears, and they get the number one ranked one on NFL mock draft databases. Who's making these unrealistic Bronco offers? NFL mock draft database, apparently. So, Trevor, you got the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, definitely interesting for the Buffalo Bills. Hmm. I don't want to use up my trade yet. How much do they believe in DJ Moore? I think it's another question to ask themselves, because you got Concepcion and Amari Cooper Jr. just sitting on the board.
Well, I think a lot because they traded for him.
Yeah, but they didn't trade a ton for him. I mean, I just, is he a number one? He's regressed for me a little bit. I'm going to go defensive line. I'm going to go K. McDonald. I think he's dropped a little bit. He's my top-rated defensive lineman in the class. Love his size, and I think Buffalo needs to address their defense and continue to build up that defense upright.
Caden McDonald's the pick, back-to-back defensive lineman. Not liking that as a Giants fan, I'll tell you that right now. So we'll see what happens when the Giants pick at 37.
But I think you'll be happy because I think Keith Mancrush will be there at 37. So
maybe
is right. You know, there's a couple more teams here with some needs. They might get a run on them. Trevor's got I was wrong. We're on 27, not 29. I got 2 picks coming up. I got the 49ers and Texans. 49ers have a bunch of needs, and there's some players on the board that fill those needs. When I look at the 49ers, I try and think of, like, who's a guy that Shanahan would take in the offensive line. I'm with Jody, and I think Trevor too. I'm not big on Blake Miller. Not so Einenhocker's moving up boards. I don't know if I want to take offensive tackle here and take the 6th or 7th best one. Safety's out of play. The 3 went off the board. Edge, I'm not going to take edge here. TJ Parker's intriguing.
How low do they have the guy from Oregon? I can't think of his name, the interior lineman.
Brogdon or
I think around 30,
yeah.
mid 30s, I think. Let's see if they changed it. He moved down a little bit to 42.
He'll go sooner, though.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to get Shanahan a little toy. I'm going to get him a Deebo Samuel replacement. I'm going to give him Omar Cooper at 27.
Wow.
Maybe
Even with
little
Mike
shock,
Evans, huh?
Because he's the Deebo Samuel type.
Yeah, it's true. And Brandon, I mean, Pearsall hasn't really panned out very well there, and plus Brandon Ayuk's probably gone too. Yeah, you're right.
They need a weapon. I could have went Sadiq, but I'm still going to count on George Kittle.
I was just going to ask that, Sadiq. Are you confident that Kittle comes back healthy next year?
Healthy enough, I think, to start. You got Sadiq fits well with Kittle. I know, but I went with a different. I went with something they don't have, and they used to have Deebo Samuel, and Omar Cooper is going to fit that role. TW would have went with Boston, so a lot of different routes there.
If you're Denver,
Cooper,
this is close to the end of the first round. Are you trying to move up to get Sadiq now, or it's too far out of play?
Still going to be expensive. You're not going to have much of a draft. If you're going to be able to move up. So you get Sadiq, and that's about it, pretty much.
I'm going to end because I have the Texans, and you know what? The interior lineman went off the board, Leone. Defensive line, my top 2, if I was the Texans, realistically went off the board, Woods and McDonald. Our number 3 need is tight end, and he's sitting there. He fell right into our laps at 28. Should have been drafted earlier. We're going to take Kenyon Sadiq for our friend Brandon. And if he's still out there, let us know what you think. Texans fans, let us know what you think about the pick. Kenyon Sadiq to the Houston Texans.
Wow.
Fills a need, a high need And it gets Houston another playmaker on their offense with Nico
will
Collins,
say-
who can't stay healthy, and they get something they need.
If he doesn't go there, I think he goes to Kansas City.
And you're up with Kansas City, my friend. Trevor's up with Kansas City.
Trevor is.
Trade offers a galore coming in.
And the Chiefs are one of those teams for me that falls in that category where they need everything. I mean, they need edge, they need corner, they need wide receiver. You need a chance to possibly replace Kelsey long term.
They need a right tackle.
Lane. So they picked up corner. You could double dip there as well because they have needs there. But probably not this soon. But just saying.
No, yeah. Let's listen to trades because Sadiq, I ain't gonna lie, he was definitely in play for me. And for Miami Dolphin fans, by the way, too, I was heavily considered trying to trade up for Sadiq if I had that pick ahead of time.
Detroit, Rams, Seattle. We won't listen to the Chargers.
Yeah, no. Detroit.
29 for 50, 128. Next year's number 2.
Oof.
Next year's number 1, 61.
That could be valuable though. The teams if you're no Stafford and McVay possible next year.
Yeah, and here's a realistic one.
Seattle
29 and 148 for 32 and 96.
Yeah, I like that for the Chiefs. Actually, that's a really good value. I think that's too good to pass up.
Definitely good value. What are the Seahawks moving up for? We'll see what Trevor's going to do. Sound the whistle.
Catch me off guard, there, Kenny.
Seahawks move ahead of the Dolphins. Interesting.
My second and last trade of the first round, we'll be able to make it'll reset in round 2. Each of us will be able to make 2 trades to our arsenal. Seahawks now. Man. What did the Seahawks? It's not a running back here, by the way. I'm thinking either yeah, gosh. I'm gonna go Avion Terrell. I think he's dropped this far. Give me Avion Terrell to the Seahawks.
Avion Terrell it is.
To me, he's a one of those corners that could definitely go within the first round. And I think
you need to
dropped
replace
quite a bit. Yeah.
Jody, you got the pressure now. I first had it. Trevor had it. Now you have it. Picking for the Dolphins. Our friend Hogdog's still out there. He's saying Blake Miller has only missed 2 practices since high school. Durability, Jody. He's a Dolphin fan. And you got the Dolphins up. You can listen to trade offers. Let's just show them for Hogdog. You got Chicago, Seattle, and Green Bay. That's big move back there for Chicago. Seattle, who just made a trade, and Green Bay is also a pretty big move, getting four total picks, but it's a big move back.
I'll pass on those.
They do need playmaker. They do need playmaker.
Right.
I
just looked at their depth chart. I mean, they still have.
It was Jermod McCoy that we took.
They still have the tackle from USC at right tackle. Someone else said that they were pretty high on their left tackle, so I'm going to bypass the tackle. I'm going to go Denzel Boston here. They need to get playmakers. I mean, their wide receiver core is not good, and it's even worse since they've traded Jalen Waddle.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. I hope you like that pick, Hogdog Idol. I personally will get Trevor's opinion on it too. I personally like Denzel Boston there over Casey Concepcion. The size, 6'4". I think he's perfect in the mid-20s range around Buffalo Bears range, 25, 26. So getting him at 30, I have no problem with that. And he could be a nice big target for Malik Willis. I definitely don't have a problem with that pick at all. Trevor, your thoughts on Boston?
No, I don't either. I think Boston has a lot of size, and I'm one of those players. I'm one of those good guys that I have. I'm a lot of high emphasis on adding those big top of wide receivers. We'll see. I don't know if Boston goes back into the first round. That's my only thing. I mean, it's not great. I think the Dolphins could possibly trade up, especially if you see Omar Cooper Jr. dropping, or even Kenny Sadiq. They need tight end. Greg Dulcich is their starting tight end. Okay, we know how that experiment went in Denver, but for me, I could definitely see Miami start to get aggressive earlier. That's why I had already mentioned if I didn't have Buffalo's picking with our rules trading in division, I would have traded up and went up and got either Sadiq higher or moved up and got Cooper higher. So, but I like Boston too. I mean, I just don't know if he goes, in late first round. Maybe I think he's probably more of a second round pick for me.
Yeah, not too much love on it from Idle. Not good on tape. No yards after catch. I like him. I'm a fan. I'm hoping he's in play for the Giants at 37 if we don't address wide receiver in the first round.
Honestly, at pick 30 here in this scenario, if I'm the Dolphins, I'm probably looking to trade back. Where the
Fair enough. This was the Jalen Waddle trade, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why Denzel Boston to replace Jalen Waddle. I guess maybe they don't. Fair, but Hogdog coming in, we need a big target for when Malik scrambles. Good pick. So you got some love and some hate, little mixed reactions there. I love it, Jody. I think you did good.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not a Casey Concepcion. He's not one of my top wide receivers. So
no.
TW was saying, maybe Casey Concepcion here, as I have the picks. We made the trade a couple picks back with to move back here. I just a couple things I like here. I think we need to address edge. I do. You're not picking again that these three guys on the board here: TJ Parker, Cassius Howell, Zion Young are not going to be there when you take edge. Interior line, I could jump up a little bit for interior line here.
I will say you do have to replace the right tackle that they got, or the right guard they got from Philly last year.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of
and that's why Pregnon and Basantis is definitely in play in Rutledge. But I'm going to go defense. And I'm going to take TJ Parker here. I'm liking him a little more than I originally liked him. I think this is about the right spot for him. So give me TJ Parker for the Chargers. As we wrap up the first round, Jody, you have not the Seahawks pick. You have the Chiefs pick. As there was a trade made, you can make a trade. You have a trade left. Cleveland and Tennessee are the teams that want to move back into the first round. 39, 107, 206 for this pick. Tennessee, 35, 101 for 32, 169, 176.
Well, let me see that last one again because I have a guy in mind, but it's really a stretch.
35 and 101.
No, I'll pass on that. I've been going off the board all night, so I'm gonna do it again. They're gonna take Eli Stowers. They need to replace at some point Travis Kelce, and I think they get him now.
It's not crazy, Jody. It's the fourth need on their list, and Eli Stowers isn't ranked that low. He's really climbing up boards here. Where was he? No, I saw him 50.
But a lot of people, a lot of Bronco fans are going to be upset with you, Jody.
Yeah.
Who's making the pick for the Broncos? By the way, Trevor's making the pick for the Broncos tonight.
At the pressure, Miami Dolphin fans, Bronco fans, bring it on.
All right, so Jody, out of the box, Jody. We're going to call him OB, out of the box. Eli Stowers. And Mel, when I see your mock draft tomorrow, Mel, and I see Eli up there, I'm going to call you out. So good. Eli Stowers, hey, fits with the Chiefs, right? That's the type of tight end that they covet, right? Wide receiver. Who cares about the blocking? Wide receiver threat. That's a solid move there, Jody, and Glenn likes it. That's a really good pick, Jody. Nothing to be upset about. Stowers doesn't block. Chris Johnson for KC.
My only upset is it who he went to.
Yep. All right, so that's the end of the first round. We're going to continue with the second round. Any thoughts on the first round while we get the second round ready, Trevor? As you're picking with the Jets.
No, I mean, for me, first round thoughts in this final mock draft of ours against 6.0 is, some of the players that fell. I love Jody's bold takes though. I mean, because honestly, it happens. And what the draft's so wild that is it really wild that Kenny Sadiq falls? I mean, like honestly, I don't think it is. I think the name and the school he went to is really helps bring him up as a player. And I just Sadiq, I've seen him fall more and more as we get closer to the draft. I wonder if it's something that's going to happen for our team. Again, Panthers there. They could possibly have taken them, but honestly, I don't think it's wild for Sadiq to drop a little bit in the draft. Wouldn't be surprised if he drops into the 20s, but no, I mean, you've seen Omar Cooper Jr. drop a little bit in this draft as well. So love the bold takes though. Got to mix things around because this is what teams go through, and we see it every draft. We see 2-3 players dropping in the first round, and even some guys into day 2.
Yeah, really, really good first round, fellas. So let's get the second round started as Trevor's on the clock with the New York Jets. Trade offers or no?
Possibly. I think I'm open to anything from the Jets.
Kansas City.
Oh, my gosh.
He's picking at 40. Denver and Baltimore. Baltimore and Kansas City realistic.
Yeah, I don't think Denver moves up this far, though. That's the thing.
Not the way this board, Phil.
No. Because here's the thing. I'm between cornerbacks here. If I'm the Jets, you got to address corner. For me, it's either Colton Hood or it's Chris Johnson here. Those are the two guys that I'm eyeing from the Jets. I'm not adding wide receiver right now. You still have an extra second-round pick to fall down the board. Either player really fits for me. I'm going to go Chris Johnson, though, 33 to the Jets. Maybe a little bit of a bold take ahead of Colton Hood. I like Chris Johnson a lot in coverage, and I think he's really one of those tier 2 corners that could be a really solid pick for the Jets here. Early round 2, he's going to go early, but you could really make the case for Colton Hood too here.
Chris Johnson's climbing up my boards, and he could be a back-end first-round pick for me. Like, I would not be surprised, 28 to 32 range that he gets taken. I like him that much, watching tape on him. Really enjoying what I'm seeing out of Chris Johnson. So I like to pick there as the first pick in the second round. Ernie being very realistic, 32 pass picks, Giants A, the other teams D-. Love it, Ernie. Love it. Got an A for Ernie with the Giants, guys. You guys should bow. Ernie doesn't give A's out often. Professor Mays, I should call him. Trevor, you're up with the. I'm sorry, Jody, you're up with the Cardinals.
Oh, Jody.
Let's see what trade offers there are out there.
They made a trade in the first round, so this is their pick. As they got another one coming up at 42. Bengals 7 spots for 41, 110, 226. Bengals really want no picks in this draft, huh? F them picks. And Detroit 16 spots. And 34, 104 for 50, 128 next year's number 2.
This is kind of where I think the board kind of starts to fall a little bit. I'll probably go Zion Young, edge from Missouri.
It's a need. It's definitely a need, and I like him better than Cassius Howell. Yeah, I do like him better than Cassius Howell. I will say that, Jody.
Yeah, because I'm not really sure how much longer or what they do with Baron Browning. I mean, he has not panned out there. He has not done anything there. So,
yeah,
Josh,
it's a need for sure.
Josh Sweat's also starting to become unhappy there, so it's something where you watch for them to possibly address edge rusher. Plus, you need someone to pair up. If Josh Sweat's going to stay there, you need someone to pair him up with.
Yeah. I got the Titans. I'm going to list some trade offers here, fellas, as we don't have another pick to the third round. Bengals again. I just can't see the Bengals trading that. They're having no first round pick. They're going to trade away most of their draft here. I don't know.
Yeah.
San Francisco, that's too far back for next year. Number 2. New England's going to be a far back. Look at New England. Are you kidding me? and the Chargers is also pretty far back. Two second-round picks, though.
Yeah.
That's intriguing, but that's a big move back. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to fill a big need. And a guy that I'm hoping could be in play for the Giants, but I really like Emmanuel Pregnon. He's ranked 1 spot below Chase Basantis, but I'm going to take Emmanuel Pregnon for the Titans here. I think it's a big need. Got to protect Malik Willis. Got Jeremiah Love in the first round. Now you get the offensive lineman in the second round, and you're building that offense.
Wow. That's a heck of a pick there for the Tennessee Titans. We had talked about Leone being there at 4 for them, and they get Pregnon, the second best interior offensive lineman in this class, arguably.
Yeah. We got the Raiders, and that's Trevor. Trade offers or sitting?
We can look at trade offers as well.
Baltimore, Cincinnati, Jacksonville. Ravens 9 spots. You get 115, 154. Bengals really want to move up and just have some fun. 5 spots at 110. Jacksonville, who hasn't had a play in this draft yet, 20 spots, 56, 81, 124.
I don't think so. I think from the Raiders, I'm sticking a pick in here. Raiders. There's a couple areas where
Mendoza was the first pick.
Yeah. I think this is where you see Blake Miller off the board. I think he's fallen too far. I have him going 36 to the Raiders. I think that they need to address offensive line as well. Talk about a team that needs to protect their quarterback. Their tackle situation is not the greatest right now. You have Colton Miller, who's a really good tackle, but Blake Miller could play the right side of that offensive line. And now you are starting to really build up that offensive line. You got Leonard Baum, Jackson Powers-Johnson, Colton Miller. Now you bring in Blake Miller. I mean, you're really establishing that offensive line for the Raiders and Mendoza long term.
I meant Cam Ward. I said Malik Willis. That's where he started his career. In my defense, it's getting, I get delirium kicks in after a certain time here when you're at my age. No, I'm kidding. Thanks for the call out there. Glenn likes it. Stole Pregnon from the Raiders. Good pick, Kenny. Titans need help like that for Ward.
Yeah.
And Glenn said Miller to the Raiders. So good pick there. We'll make that pick. We did make that pick. So, Jody, 3 trade offers coming in from my New York Giants.
Yeah, we can look at them real quick.
Washington. This is what Washington calling. Ignore call. So that one's not coming. Carolina and wants to move up 14 spots. Give us 51, 83, 200. Indianapolis wants to move up 10 spots for 78. Get 47 and 78 for 37 and 145. Let me remind you, the Giants do not have a 3rd round pick.
I'm probably staying where they are. And I'm probably I just said I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he does fill a need for the Giants. I'm probably going CJ Allen.
Don't hate the pick. I personally would have traded back for 10 spots to get a 3rd round. But I don't hate the need. The need is there. I maybe would have went Jacob Rodriguez over CJ Allen. Just saying, Jody. That might have been your one miss. Got to be fair. I'm a Giants fan. I didn't care for that one. Trevor, you got to be you outside perspective. You be the fair man here. Do you like the pick?
I'm not a big CJ Allen fan. I would have won probably. If you're going to go linebacker, I can certainly understand linebacker, but what about Jacob Rodriguez over CJ
That's what
Allen?
I was saying.
That's where I would have went. But also, defensive line. What the heck? The Giants, no Dexter Lawrence, and still haven't addressed defensive line. I agree, yeah. Kenny. I think trading back would have made a lot of sense.
Caleb Banks was sitting there.
Is it too late to switch my pick?
It's already
undo.
signed. It's already signed and delivered.
Yeah, undo it because
Trevor,
I know
well, Trevor's
I
got to
didn't
be
even.
the realistic guy.
Yeah, hey, it's already made it. And you already made the pick. I think the pick is in. You can't redo this pick. Hell, let me give me that back to that
The
card,
pick
Mr.
is
Goodell.
in is the name of the
Yeah.
show. The pick is in.
Well, this is right here where I would have taken the D tackle from Texas Tech,
Lee Hunter.
D Hunter.
Yeah, give me that card, Mr. Goodell.
Oh, you know what though, Jody? Do we have anything else for the Giants? We didn't make any trades, right? No. Darn.
No.
All right. That's all right,
Round
Jody.
pick.
That's all right. I got the Texans, and I got one trade offer coming in from those Dolphins. Dolphin fans out there, do you want to move up 5 spots? I'm going to say no. I think you could sit back at 43 and be happy with what's there. Looking at these teams up that are ahead of them, I think the Dolphins will be fine at 43. Because that being said, I want to fill a need for the Texans. And Keith, you've been out there for a while. Keith's man crush is going to be the pick here. Lee Hunter. Thank you, Jody Moncrief. You just got yourself fired from the New York Giants by passing up on Lee Hunter when he becomes the next Dexter Lawrence.
Well, isn't Joe Shane possibly out the door anyway? To kind of make sense.
Yeah.
What's he care anyways?
That's a pick that John Harbaugh says, guys, I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom for 2 minutes. Don't make that pick. And Joe Shane makes the pick behind Harbaugh's.
Maybe he sees Ray Lewis and C.J. Allen.
Maybe. But no, linebackers a need. But I would have tried to maybe get that if I could have gotten a 3rd round. I think there'll be linebackers in the 3rd round. That would be definitely something to keep an eye out for. Lee Hunter to the Texans. Hope we made our Texan fans happy with that pick. We'll go next on the clock here is going to be Jody with 2 picks coming up. Browns and Chiefs. Let me remind you, the Browns in the 1st round got Carnell Tate and Caleb Lomu. So they went offense with their first 2 picks, Jody, and you got another pick here in the 2nd round with them at 39.
Texas fans Houston Texans fans out there got in our comments and watching. They got to be satisfied. You got Kenny Sadiq and you got Lee Hunter. I mean, big W draft class. Yeah, exactly. Big W draft class for the Texans.
Yeah. Buccaneers, Jody, want to move up 7 spots and give the Browns 46, 116, 195.
No, I'll pass on that. I think I'm going to take Colton Hood here. They need corner help there, and he's fallen down the board a little bit, so I'm going to go Colton Hood.
Solid pick. I like it. You got the Chiefs, and let's remind everybody what the Chiefs have done so far. Chiefs have been active. Mansour Delane at 9. It was a nice pick by Trevor. 32, they went bold with Eli Stowers, so little offense, defense, and now at 40, what do you do at 40, Jody?
They need wide receiver help, and I think they take Casey Concepcion here.
Best player available. I think that's a smart pick. 41 is going to be me with the Bengals. Have really been trying to trade up. Made a trade with the Giants. They got Dexter Lawrence. It's funny that I get to pick for them here. Look at what they need. You know what? They got Dexter Lawrence. I'm not going to give them an edge rusher here. I'm not going to go linebacker. I'm going to protect at all costs. I'm going to protect my franchise quarterback. And I'm going to give him Chase Basantis. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to go offensive line here at 41. Might not be the sexy pick, but it's the necessary pick. Chase Basantis to the Bengals.
Could you see them going in the secondary? That's my biggest thing with Cincinnati. Like, you missed an opportunity. You're not taking Delane or like Downs anymore. I mean, And I think they need secondary help. I could see
They
them easily
could.
going secondary here too.
They could, but don't you want to protect your franchise guy? I mean, they're getting him hurt
I
every
mean,
year.
he's
The
been
need.
hurt every year for the last 5 years.
Well, here's
Didn't he
Trevor.
Didn't he say something? If you don't address defense, I want out of here.
I'm sure.
And thank you, Hog Dog. Yes, Trevor, tell everybody once again, please hit that like button if they like what they're seeing, as Hog Dog is referring to.
Yes, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I say that because we're not just Denver Broncos. We have Denver Bronco Roundup show for Bronco fans, but we have the Juice Football Talk show every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch us. We're also going to have a mailbag for anybody that asks questions as well. We're going to have a mailbag this week. I think tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, so probably tomorrow. We're back with the Juice, and then again we have our Pick Is In draft show as well. We're with you Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. Full 3 days of coverage. Again, we got prizes, we got special guests coming on. We're going to give our analysis on all these picks. It's full circle for all of us because we're all putting all this effort in for all of you. So please make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see, because we're not done even after the draft. We're going to have more shows. We have the Juice Football Talk show. We're going to be talking college football here soon, fantasy football down the line as well. So please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it. It's free. It just takes a second. We really appreciate everybody out there watching live, and if you're watching live after the fact as well.
And Jody's going to be starting 2027 and 2028 mock drafts starting in a couple of weeks.
Sunday.
those summer Sundays when nothing's going on, right, fellas?
Right.
So Trevor, you do get to make the Cardinals pick. You made a trade in the first round, which I thought was a great trade because the Cardinals still ended up getting their guy that they wanted at 3 in Francis Maniawa. And now they at 34, they got Zion Young and edge rusher. Now you get to make the pick you made with that trade with the Saints in the first round at 42 here.
Yeah. Let's look at trade offers with the Cardinals, Kenny.
Ravens, Commanders, and Saints. Ravens, 3 spots, and you add a 4th round pick. Washington, you get next year's number 2 and move back into the 3rd round. And the Saints, you get next year's number 2. Baltimore looks like a realistic one.
Yeah, I think if I'm Arizona, again, I talked about it before. Let's trade back again with Arizona. I'm going to take this trade, move back 3 spots for Baltimore. Again, Arizona, they need more picks. But you got to build through the draft. You're not going to fix this dang team through free agency or trades. You've got to stop. This team's got to stop hurting themselves as a front office. You've got to build through the draft. And if that's this year and next year, you got to start stacking those drafts together. Let's go ahead and make this trade. Kenny, Ravens and the Cardinals are trading again. I'm in the 2nd round. Trade again in the 1st round, like we said. So I'm going to sound the train whistle and let's make that trade. My first trade of the 2nd round.
Beautiful. So go ahead and make the pick for the Ravens now. Yeah,
for me, the Ravens, it's Caleb Banks. I think this makes a lot of sense for that defense. You got a defensive-minded head coach now in place. I think you've got to continue to shore up that defense. Caleb Banks started kind of going down on boards a little bit, but I think the size and the upside there is definitely there. And if you're Baltimore, you've got to address that defensive line and continue to build up that defense. Caleb Banks for me at 42 makes a lot of sense.
Let me ask you guys a rapid-fire question in our chat, or definitely for our Bronco fans and anybody else out there. Broncos are picking at 62. If Caleb Banks lasts to at least 50, with the possible upside, are you thinking about trading up for Caleb Banks if he's in the 50 range or outside of 50? Whoever wants to go first, yes, no, maybe.
That's a no for me.
I think it needs to be in play because of his upside. I think what he could possibly do, and there's a big could and big maybe, but everything should be in play for the Broncos. You should never rule out possibly trading up for defensive line as well, because you've got to continue to reinvest in the trenches up front.
His injury is what scares me away from it.
And that's the thing. If he clears medically, then I'd be on board with it. If not, I'm not on board with it.
I'm on board with it if he reaches outside the top 50. You're talking about like 52, move up 10 spots, give up a future second round or third round pick. I'm okay with it because of the upside. If he clears, like Trevor says, you already got, you know, players that you want to maybe, locked up there. Cooper, Benito. This guy could be your John Franklin Myers replacement and be there for the next 5 years on a rookie contract. I'm seriously thinking about it. If the Broncos are high on him, that could be in play. But the big question is he going to last there to 50? I'm not moving ahead of 50. No way. 50 would be the highest I go, Trevor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the same with me. 50 is the highest I'd go to.
A lot of nose, not a nose for him.
Yeah.
Keith could see it. And Patrick and Glenn are saying no. Fair enough. Yeah. If he falls to the third round, trade up for him. But other than that, you're just reaching on potential.
That's what all teams do, though. A lot of teams reach on potential. That's the hope when you're drafting. You just got to be able to draft and develop them the correct way and the right way.
Jacob Rodriguez is the guy he would trade up for 50 if he dropped to the 50, and we're getting close. So
I agree with that. I will trade up for him before I trade up for Caleb Banks.
Yeah. 43 is up, though. We're getting closer to 62 in that 50 range, but Dolphins are up. Trevor, you want to see some trade offers?
Yeah, let's see some trade offers and see what we
Detroit,
got.
Philadelphia, Green Bay, Chargers. You already made one. You just made one trade. You could possibly make a back-to-back here, as the Lions want to move up 7 spots and give the Dolphins 50, 118, and 222. Eagles want to move up 11 for 54, 98, 197. Green Bay wants to move up 9 for 43 and get 151 for 52 and 84. Chargers want to move up 12 for 55 and 86. A lot of decent offers there. Not going to lie.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think I know who they're coveting, these teams, too.
Yeah, I mean, this thing with the Dolphins, I mean, we've addressed corner, we've addressed wide receiver. Offensive line is something we haven't even touched yet. I'm going to go Max Eidenhocker here. I think he's a developmental tackle. I think he's too good to pass up here. And I just think you got to have something alongside Malik Willis and protect him. You got him weapons now. Now the true weapon needs to be protecting him long term.
Idle man, can we do it? 11 and 30 over 11. Fano 30. Basantis, build the trenches for future. He wants that. That's a good way of. I like that philosophy. Idle, I do. You build through the trenches. That's how teams win in this league. Need trenches. Agree. Like the pick, like the Eidenhocker pick for them. I got Jody has the Jets. I'm sorry, Jody has the Jets. Want to see some trade offers, or are you good, Jody?
Let's see. Can we see what's available at wide receiver?
Chris Bell, Jeremy Bernard, Chris Brazell, and then early day 3 projections, Zachariah Branch, Ted Hurst. Let's see if the Jets, what the Jets already got in this draft. They got their quarterback, and they got
edge already.
Edge with David Bailey, and there was another Chris Johnson. So they didn't address wide receivers, so that's a good call. But do you want to go with that here?
I will say even doubling up on corner shouldn't be out of the rim possibility for the Jets either. I mean, their cornerback room's a little scary.
Yeah, let's see what's at cornerback.
Cease from South Carolina, Pons and Stukes, and then third round is Keontae Scott happening.
What's a safety?
That's a little drop off, in my opinion. I think it's Keith Abney, the first one. AJ Halsey. 59, and then there's a drop from Kamari Ramsey.
I think I'll take the wide receiver. I think I'll take Bell from Louisville here. You got to get.
You know what? It's a need and it's a spot. I'm okay with taking,
especially because all you have is the other wide receiver from Ohio State. That's really all you have at wide receiver right now.
And the upside's there if he can clear that the injury. He'd be a first round. If he didn't have that injury, he'd be a late first round pick. In my opinion.
I agree.
So you get some value there, in my opinion.
I would like Bernard and Brazel more upside for me. If you're going to go wide receiver, I think Bell's got those injuries issues, but I think his upside is not as high as those guys.
Yeah. I have the Cardinals, and they've been making some trades, so it's my turn to play with the Cardinals. Let's see if they're going to make another trade. They've been getting some great offers, apparently. And, here's another good offer. Like Vikings want to move up 4 spots. They move up, from 197 to 130 in Cincinnati. I'll throw that offer out, but
it's intriguing.
I mean, you almost want to trade back again with the Cardinals and just gain all this capital because
they need to.
Quarterback is out of play here. It's too early.
Yeah.
Defensive line, linebacker, safety. We just saw what the safeties are. Interior line, Rutledge is still there. You got linebacker. You could go Jacob Rodriguez, and defensive line is. So, I mean, if you really love Jacob Rodriguez here and covet him, you take him. But I'm going to take the trade. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have Minnesota moving up. So sound the whistle, Trevor. Cardinals making splashes with trades and getting a lot of picks in this draft as they move back into 3rd round, give up a 4th round pick by only trading back 4 spots. Too good to pass up.
And his first trade as well, by the way, of the 2nd round.
I mean, all these offers coming into the Cardinals. How do you pass up on that?
They need to, though. They need. They're one of those teams that need a little bit of everything. Like one pick is not going to win them the draft. They've got to be able to acquire more picks. In my opinion, so this is realistic, honestly.
And the Vikings are now on the clock, and really, really tempted, but I'm not going to do it. I'm being realistic. I could take Jacob Rodriguez here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to.
Kadarian Price.
Neil McNeil Warren was taken by the Vikings, and now with the 2nd pick, they're really going to make Brian Flores happy because they're going to stay in the secondary here. I know Kadarian Price is an option, but I think I can get running backs in the 3rd round. I really do.
Yeah.
I'm going Brandon Cease here. I like Brandon Cease. D'Angelo Pons is in play too, though. But I'm going to go Brandon Cease. I do like him. I do like him a lot out of South Carolina. Even saw some mock drafts of like Seattle taking him in the late 1st round there at 32. So we get him here at 45. I think we get some nice value. And I'm going to add to the secondary with Manuel McNeil Warren and Brandon Cease coming to the Vikings.
Wow.
Trevor, you got Tampa Bay.
Yeah. I was also going to say, Kenny, Christian Miller could have possibly been a play there for Minnesota as well.
Just some comments. Bell is a good pick, Jody. If you stay, the safeties on this board are rated way further back. Keith likes Jeremy Bernard, gives effort on every play. He's a willing blocker. And he said they could drop back and be good, meaning Cardinals. And Cease is here. Cease is a great pick. Could go late first. And that's a tough secondary addition here. Yeah, McNeil Warren and Cease, I think, make Brian Flores a very happy coach in Minnesota, and he'll be taking the general manager out for dinner for sure. So you're up with Tampa Bay, Trevor.
Yeah, with Tampa Bay, there's many different directions they can go. Again, Jacob Rodriguez is looking at me right in the face. He added Anzalone in free agency. Corners in play too, but I think Jacob Rodriguez has fallen too far. I'm sorry, Bronco fans. He's the pick here at 46 for Tampa Bay, and I'm running it up to the podium as quick as I possibly can to whoever's announcing the pick at that time in the 2nd round. But Anzalone, he's as great as he is. He's not a good cover linebacker. Like, he's not great. And Jacob Rodriguez, he is My question is, and I will say this to Bronco fans, he does miss a lot of tackles. Like, he gets a lot of tackles, but he also misses them. I think he had double-digit missed tackles this past season. So something to keep an eye on with Jacob Rodriguez. Very good in coverage, but he also has some flaws in his game too.
I'm not going to lie, Bronco fans, don't get too mad at Trevor because I'm picking for the Colts in their first pick, and their top need was linebackers. So I was taking Jacob Rodriguez there at 47. So don't get too mad at Trevor. I'll share some of the hate from the Bronco fans, Trevor, because I was definitely taking them there. I know that's Michael's guy. We're just being realistic here, but another need for the Colts, and this is their first pick. I'll just look at the trade offers. Since Chicago wants to move up 10, we add a third-round pick and give them a fifth. That's something to think about. Philly, 7 spots, and we get a pick 114 in the Rams. But there's a guy here that I've done some research on, Trevor, because I'm covering, and we're going to cover different groups on the draft for the draft show. And one of the groups that I got randomly chose it was a random drawing, was edge rushers. And I watched some tape on this guy, Trevor Jody, chat. I'm liking this guy a little more each day. And I could see him being an early day 2 pick, earlier than this. Is Malachi Lawrence from Central Florida, and it fills a need for the Colts. So Rodriguez off the board, they go with their 1B. It's going to be Malachi Lawrence, the edge rusher out of Central Florida.
Love that pick.
Who's up next? 48 is going to be Jody, another first-timer. Falcons, Jody. 3 trade offers. They making this pick, or you listening to offers?
I think they're making this pick. Let's see what's at wide receiver, but I think they got to get a playmaker here. And I think they probably take Chris Brazell. I like him from Tennessee.
Trevor's boy.
Yep, love Chris Brazell.
Size is there.
I wish he'd put on about 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needs to get bigger.
Yep.
I will say Christian Miller is definitely intriguing there too. Like, I don't think this is one of those cards where you run up to the scoreboard quite yet because of work. I like Christian Miller a lot, and with Atlanta, you can never go wrong with adding to that defense. And also, Cassius Howell falling that far might be something that you look at as well with James Pierce probably not seeing the field anymore.
Right. Guess who's on the clock? The Cardinals. And I have the pleasure of maybe trading for them again. So let's just look for giggles. I'm probably going to make this pick. We've made so many trades with the Cardinals, but they do have one offer coming in. It's from Tennessee. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I mean, in a realistic world, I might take that offer, but we've already made so many trades with the Cardinals. I'm going to make a pick for them here. And linebacker is going to be off the board, as the top ones, in my opinion, are gone in C.J. Allen, Rodriguez in this round, and Anthony Hill in the first round. So the top 3 are off the board there. It's going to be between defensive line and interior line. Kalen Rutledge is getting some late first-round love in this draft. I don't know how you move up that far this late as an interior lineman, but he is. But I think I'm going to go defensive line here, and a player that I really like, another position I'm covering, and that's going to be Christian Miller here. He's off the board here with the Cardinals at 49. Put him right next to last year's pick, Walter Nolan.
Yeah. That's
and the Cardinals have to win with defense this year because they're, and build their offense later on. Maybe next year they get their quarterback, since they missed on quarterback this year. Build a defense. So give me Christian Miller for the Cardinals. Got a hot take from TW. Linebacker duo at Texas Tech, Ben Roberts, was equally as good as Rodriguez in his opinion. I'll go do some look. Who has linebackers? That's some homework. Jody?
Yeah.
Ben Roberts, remember that name. Go do some research on him for Thursday. TW has given us a little hot take on Rodriguez's counterpart. Jody's like, I don't want any more homework. Are you kidding me? You got to go quiet there. Jody, you're on the clock, though. You got the Lions. You want to listen to some offers? They picked edge in the first round, just so you know.
Let's see what tackles are on the board. I think they've kind of missed out on a bunch there. So
Mullet, man, Jennings Dunker. Caleb
A lot of good ones
Tierney.
there, though. Yeah, so a lot of good ones there.
What? Oh, man. I don't.
There are other needs. Linebackers probably out of play. Corner, safety,
Yeah, because,
interior
yeah,
line. You want to look at interior?
Yeah, we can look at interior.
I'll just pull up all the offensive linemen. So Kalen Rutledge and Connor Liu are higher ranked than Jennings Dunker.
I think I'll go Rutledge there. I think he fits a need. I mean, you got to replace Graham Glasgow, so.
Hey, and if I think you did well there. I think you did well there because if you're getting some first round love and you get them here this late in the second, I think you did good, Jody. What do you think, Trevor?
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm saying I know that we possibly missed out on Monroe Freeling, but I'm just not overly high on Monroe Freeling. I think there was a drop off after Mwaga and Fano and some of these other tackles. I still think you can get really good value on offensive line in the second round. So just something to keep an eye on for teams. Like you can still get really good value, I think, at tackle and interior offensive line in this class day 2. So that's was also part of my thinking when I was picking for the Lions in the first round. But I like Rutledge quite a bit, and he's one of those players that I think gives you good value in the second round.
And Jody, was that? I think I hear something from the mock drafters in our chat. Nice pick, Jody. Nice pick. Steal there. I think the Lions got a steal, and they think they got lucky. I'm not going to lie, they got lucky because passing up on offensive line in the first round by not maybe moving up in the draft if that's a high need. But I think he got lucky in the second round with that pick because I think he's a good one, Jody. And I think he made the right decision going interior line over the tackles there in the second round. Patrick say Cardinals should sign Russell Wilson and guarantee number 1 pick next year for quarterback for the Cardinals. Let Russ cook, Jody. Let him cook. Cook some rattlesnake over there in Arizona or Michael. Funny. All right, so the Panthers at 51 and 52 behind them. Green Bay. Trevor, you got these 2 picks.
Oh, yeah. Lucky me. Carolina. This would be like another Eli Stauer situation if he was there, but him going way early in the first round, back into the first round, kind of threw a wrench in the Panthers' plans here. It's truly best player available, or you move back, but I'm going to have him go take Jeremy Bernard here, the wide receiver out of Alabama. I think this is a guy that's sneaky good, could really start climbing up boards. Early second round pick could be. I think Bernard, you give Bryce Young another weapon with McMillan and some of those other guys. Like Gett really hasn't panned out up to this point, but give him another wide receiver in this wide receiver room to play with. I think should be the play for Carolina. The first round pick they addressed the defensive side of the ball with Dylan Thiemann.
Nice pick. Green Bay's up with their first pick of the trade. Oh, you know what? Thank you, Michael. Patrick sending us 100 stars again. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Michael, for pointing that out. Let's get the comment in. So let me pull it up, the one that he sent stars with, Trevor, and we'll get your pick in the meantime with the Packers who are on the clock. The Cardinals comment came with the stars. So thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for pointing that out. Patrick, thank you for the 100 stars. Appreciate you. For those just coming in or watching later, lioncoffee.com is the website. Patrick's out there in Hawaii. He takes care of all of us here. He takes care of a lot of our friends in the chat. Go check out Lion Coffee and order your coffee today. I am in love with the Gold Roast. It's a medium light roast, but the original's really good. Or if you like flavored stuff, you got chocolate macadamia, you got vanilla macadamia, et cetera, et cetera. Amazing stuff, lioncoffee.com. Go check them out today. Thanks again, Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Patrick. We really appreciate it, and appreciate everybody coming in and joining in tonight as well.
We lost Jody, Trevor, so you and I, if Jody's not back, we'll make some picks for Jody together with the chat.
Rest of the way. Yeah.
Hope you get back, Jody. So we are on the Packers.
Yeah, for me, I think it's got to be secondary for Green Bay. They really lack secondary help. For me, it's trade on Stukes here to Green Bay at 52. I like what Stukes can do for Green Bay secondary, and they got to reinvest in that secondary. I think it's something where specifically a corner where they've lacked quite a bit. It's a pretty big need for Green Bay, and obviously not having their first round pick this year for the Micah Parsons trade, they've got to be able to make this pick count at 52, and I think they do with Stukes.
Yeah, I like that, Trevor. I think I'm on the clock with the Steelers, and I think I may be looking at trade offers. So there's 4 of them coming in. I definitely want to listen. So as needs for them is quarterback, which I'm not going to pick here. Interior lineman, I'm not loving what's there. We did address offensive tackle. You got safety, wide receiver, and corner and linebacker. So let me stick some trade offers. Maybe I can move back a few spots, get an extra pick here. Let's see. Tampa Bay, 24. I don't want to move back that much. Carolina, who just picked 30 spots. I don't want to move back that much. You know what? 49ers look good. If the Colts don't come in with something better, I'm going to take my second trade of the second round, Trevor. So let's just see what we got here. Yeah. Okay. Give me San Francisco's offer. I get a 4th rounder out of the deal, move back 5 spots. The board's not in Pittsburgh's favor, in my opinion, so it makes too much sense. San Fran going to be on the clock. So you want to hit that trade whistle?
Absolutely. Another trade. That's your first trade, Kenny? That's your second trade?
That's my second, because I did one with the Cardinals.
Second and final trade, and Kenny is a Cardinal executive in this mock draft. I guess you could say I am too. I kind of started the trend with
the Cardinals going to hire us, so we may have to put some Cardinal stuff on our walls next week, guys. So be prepared.
Right.
But no, I'm going to address a need with this. I only move up 5 spots, 49ers. The guy that I like, again, I'm covering this group. When it comes to pure edge rush off the ball, speed off the line, I'm going to take R. Mason Thomas here over Cassius Howell. I think he's better than Cassius Howell. Cassius Howell is really dropping in our draft here, but R. Mason Thomas is going to be the pick here for the 49ers, and they do get their edge rusher in the second round of the draft.
Wow. Edge rushers, maybe that tier 2 of edge rushers starting to come off the board here because I have the Philadelphia Eagles on the clock. I would imagine, Kenny.
Yes, and Eagles is going to be Jody, and he's not back, so why don't we discuss what they need? Edge is top of the list, and I think at interior line, you got Connor, Lou, and safety, tight end, wide receiver, corner. I think we just concentrate on edge, right, for the Eagles here. Let's pull that position up.
It's been a position where I've really criticized the Eagles for not being able to get after the quarterback multiple times. I think this is where Cassius Howell goes. It's the drop stops right here with Cassius Howell. I think he goes to the Eagles. It kind of seems like an Eagles pick, does it not, Kenny? Because a player dropping this far, I think Cassius Howell's too good to pass up if you're Philly. Cassius Howell here at 54 to the Eagles.
I don't have a problem with that pick at all. Let's do it. Let's take Cassius Howell here for Jody and the Eagles. Ernie's saying 10 more picks. We're less than 10 now. As the Chargers are on the clock, 55 is me. I have no trades left, so we won't even look at it. We addressed edge in the first round, Trevor. 55, we can go interior line, defensive line as needs, corner, linebacker, wide receiver, safety. D'Angelo Pons is sitting there.
That's how I was going to say.
That could be my pick, and also Jake Galladay's sitting there. But I like D'Angelo Pons plays bigger than his size, played on a national championship team, really knows how to make plays. If you watch the national championship game from beginning to end, watch the plays that he made when they threw at him, and they didn't throw at him much. And that says a lot when you're 5'9". Plays more like a 6-foot corner. So D'Angelo Pons is going to be the pick here for the Chargers, Trevor.
Okay. I love that pick for the Chargers. And what Chargers went Pons, and then first round, remind me, Kenny, who'd they go first round again?
Chargers in the
They
first
traded back.
round went with Edge, traded back, and got at 31 TJ Parker. So they load up on defense here.
Which they need to. So I'm
Yes.
perfectly fine with that.
56 is you. Jaguars' first pick in this draft. A couple trade offers coming in.
Yeah, let's look at trade offers for Jacksonville. Limited draft capital they have.
Seahawks, 8 spots, and I think I know what they want to maybe move up for.
Yeah.
64, 148, 188. Save money by moving out of the well, no, you're still in the second round, excuse me.
Yeah.
Vegas is not going to – Vegas, yeah, it could be in play. It's not the same division. 11 spots and 117. Cleveland, 14 spots and 107.
I think let's go with Seattle here. I think it makes perfect sense. Seattle moves up. Let me sound the trade horn. I think this guy's dropped pretty far in this draft, where I think Seattle's now they're confident to move up for this guy. So it's Seattle, my second and final trade of the second round. I'm going to have the Seattle Seahawks moving up here in this scenario, and they're going to take Jadarian Price, then running back out of Notre Dame. He finally comes off the board. And a lot of people think, hey, Seattle can take him in the first round. Well, not so fast. They can take him in the second round. Jacksonville gets more draft capital. They are another roster where it's like they've lost so much in free agency. Devin Lloyd, Travis Etienne Jr. I mean, they've lost a lot, and they really need to get more draft capital to try to build the draft. They gave up a ton for Travis Hunter a year ago. I remember that trade. I said it. I said Cleveland won this trade for me when it comes to Travis Hunter, and I love Travis Hunter. But I think Jacksonville needs to learn how to use him, set him at corner and leave him at corner. But Jacksonville, they last couple drafts has been questionable for me. Just giving away picks. They get some more draft capital, and now Seattle gets a chance to move up for the best running back possibly on the board.
Yep, got a couple pawns here for the Chargers. Seattle for Price. Jody's on the clock, 57 and 58. He hasn't used a trade yet, Trevor. Bears are on the clock, but I see somebody I think would make Bear fans happy, and I think would be an amazing pick for the Bears. They need edge, and hometown hero Gabe Yakas, University of Illinois. Does that sound like the pick here?
That's where I was thinking.
Yeah, I think let's do it. We don't have to waste much time on it.
Nope.
Gabe Yakas fills a need, and he's the hometown hero. Stays in Chicago, so great. I think pick there for the Bears. Let's get Brandon coming in. There's teams who win trades, and there's teams who try to copy other teams who won trades. Jags tried to copy.
Yep.
Giants from Patrick. Maybe the Giants look at the Hawaii kicker you mentioned to me, kicker Kenny. I think he's going to be with somebody. There's an international pathway program, but he's one of the top 5 kickers in college football, in my opinion, Patrick. I think he'll get I think he's going to go unsigned. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked by somebody in the 7th round, but somebody's going to bring him in and keep him on it's an extra player that you get to keep on the squad. And say your kicker goes down or your kicker's struggling, and you got a bottom half kicker. You're not worried about the contract. He's not a top tier kicker. Maybe you let this kid develop in during the season, and he becomes your future. Japanese born, so he comes. It's the International Pathway Program from Japan. Trevor, really good kicker. Really good kicker. You gotta watch him. Whoever has kickers, I think you do, right?
I think I have kickers and punters.
Go look at the Hawaii kicker. I don't want to butcher his name in respect, but he's from University of Hawaii. You'll see him, Trevor. He's tall. He's got a leg. He's good. He's good.
You were right about Crawshaw a year ago, so
yeah, go watch the Hawaii. I think.
Well,
there might be a team that takes a chance on him, like Uar Bernard, and we'll see. I think he's got a chance of getting drafted, but definitely will be on a roster somewhere along the way. Got a couple more. We got Jody's Steelers. Jody's got the Steelers here. Do you want to look at trades? We did trade back already. This is a trade back I did with the Niners. So maybe we just try and make this pick here for them.
Yeah, I think making this pick is probably what they would do.
Some top players on the board that are needs. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
As Connor Lew, AJ Halsey, and Jake Galladay.
I think they've got to address offensive line. I mean, what they addressed tackle earlier, I know, but
yes, we did get a good one it could be a good
Freeling.
one in Merle Freeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we double up on offensive line?
Or safety. Halsey's there.
Halsey could be in play. Galladay could be in play, but Josiah Trotter could be in play.
Yeah.
I like Halsey here. I do. I like AJ Halsey.
I do too.
All right, let's make that. That sounds like a Steeler pick.
It does.
So let's do that. Let's pick AJ Halsey for the Steelers and Jody. And then I'm on the clock with 59 with the Texans. I made both my trades, so I'm not going to listen to 4 trade offers. Interior line, still a top need. Offensive tackle. We haven't addressed the offensive line. Linebacker, running back, corner. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to address line here. And the question is, do I want Connor Lew or do I want Jennings Dunker? I think this is a spot for Jennings. Give me Jennings Dunker.
Yep.
I like him a little better than Connor Lew. So I'm going to go with the tackle, 6'5", 319. I think he's got some upside to him as well.
He does.
Bears are right back on the clock, and you have this pick for the Bears, Trevor.
Ooh.
Brandon said Lou, but I caught that late, Brandon. I went with
Brandon and Texans fans, you guys got to be ecstatic at how the Texans, like in this mock draft, what they've done. I mean, it's insane. And then you add Jennings Dunker to that, like the developmental tackle as well, on top of what they've already done. I mean, that's amazing.
I'm going to turn around, Trevor. Virtually pat me on the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I made all 3 picks for the Texans in this draft. So
yeah. You've done amazing, in my opinion. I don't think the Texans could ask for much more of a draft, better of a draft, honestly.
All good. I appreciate it. Jennings Dunker, mentored by Wyatt Teller, he's saying.
Wow. Yeah.
So 60's up, and that is you, Trevor. Bears are on the clock again from the trades they made earlier. So they got a pick here, and we just added Gabe Yakis. So we went defense. Do they address Connor Lew here or to go a different route? Offensive tackle as well.
Yeah. I mean, they do.
I'll go further down here to see if there's anything else here.
Keith Abney. They could use more secondary help too. You can always address secondary. I do think Trotter could be placed in there too. I mean, they did add Devin Bush and free agency, so I mean, I don't think Galladay would be a fit there for them. But for me, Trotter would be in play. Tackle, Caleb Tiedemann, would he be in play there for them? I mean, I like that player there. Tackle out of Northwest. My light keeps going out. I don't know, Kenny. What do you think?
I'm going to address.
I'm back and forth on this. It's tough.
I'm going with a lineman here. The question is it Lew or is it Tiernan?
I like Tiernan better, in my opinion. I like tackle for them.
Yeah. And you know what? That's fine. I like that because you can develop him behind, or maybe he becomes a starter day one. 6'8", 323. I can't
Yeah.
pass up on that size and
No.
potential there. And he
No.
stays locally too. He's not and smart. You got street smarts. You got book smarts too when you pick a Northwestern guy. So I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have an IQ, football IQ as well.
Yep.
Is that the way you want to go?
Yep.
All right,
I like the player a lot. A lot of upside.
Yep. All right. So 61 is me right before the Broncos. And there's a need there. That's also a Bronco need. So you're going to get one of the two guys if you go that route, Trevor, for at linebacker. Not saying you're going to go that route. Corners in play as Keontae Scott is sitting there. You just took the tackle. I probably would have went that. I could go Connor Liu. We went wide receiver in the first round. I'm going to address linebacker since it's the second need and there's two of them on that board. When I look at the Rams, I'm going to go pedigree. I'm going to go Josiah Trotter over Jake Galladay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Josiah Trotter here at 61.
Okay. Wow.
Pressure's on Trevor for our Bronco fans. Ernie's been waiting a long time.
Okay.
Needs for the Broncos. There's a trade offer coming in, by the way, from the Panthers.
Yeah. I'm out of trade offer.
No.
Possibly trades too, so I can't even do it. But here's my thing. I would go Galladay here, and then we could ride off in the sunset. But here's my thing, and I've talked about this multiple times with Broncos. Every time we say they need to take somebody here, it's position of need. They do the opposite. They don't take positions of need. They take him best player on the board, and it's like, I don't know.
Well, he is the highest ranked on the board. Just say it.
Mike Washington's there, and here's a name that I'm throwing out there to everybody. Derek Moore, the edge rusher from Michigan. I would Jonah Ellis possibly moving inside the linebacker. Would it make sense to take an edge here? Jonathan Cooper getting older.
Can I throw a wild card out there?
Yeah.
Big Citrus, Dominique Orange.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too. I just feel like we want Galladay all the time, and we go linebacker all the time with the Broncos. I just don't know if he's going to be there. I mean,
Galladay, come on, Trevor, Glenn Galladay. He's the best on the board, too. Delp or Claire, he's saying, Glenn.
We just always go Galladay. I don't want to, pretty much say it's a pick, and then it's not going to be, we're doing it just realistically for the Broncos. Like, Galladay could be the pick there, and I like Galladay a lot. But
Patrick giving us another 100 stars. Patrick, thank you so much. This is you, not the current brass in Denver, he's saying. Michael coming out with Mike Washington Jr. There's somebody different, Trevor, than Galladay here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. Let me be honest with you here.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll take a couple seconds on this pick. Bronco fans have been waiting patiently. According to NFL mock draft database, let's try and cut this down to 3 players here. Let's do their best player available is what you said earlier when asked the question. So it's going to be your best player available. But why don't we try and cut that down to 3? I'm going to say right at the top of the gate, their top 2 is my top 2. Jake Galladay, Mike Washington. Who's your third on their top 3? You going Derek Moore like they have, or are you going somebody different? And then we can cut it down to 3 for the pick. I like it's not a need. So, but if you're going best player available, what's on that board? I'm moving him up higher than what they have him ranked here. I'm moving Keontae Scott up.
Yeah.
But that's not a need. But
it is.
Number 3. It is.
It is a need.
Okay.
Because I don't think they can hold on to Moss and McMillan. I mean, Moss is going to get $20 million a year. You can't pay everybody. So corner is a need.
Is that fair that we cut this down to Galladay, Mike Washington, and Keontae Scott?
I think Derek Moore's got to be in play too.
Derek Moore.
Yeah.
See, I ruled Derek Moore out because you got Benito and you got Cooper.
But that's the most Bronco thing ever. Like everybody says, oh, they got to take a linebacker. They take running back. They don't always take whatever everybody else wants need-wise. Like would it shock me if they took an edge at 62? No, it wouldn't.
I'm okay with not taking Galladay, and I'll tell you why. You're not picking again in the 4th round, but we've done mock drafts. Caleb Elam-Zor is going to be there and probably in the 4th round, good chance. And or a guy you move up for in the 3rd round if he's there. And we've done these mock drafts, enough of them, where he's probably going to be sitting there somewhere where the Broncos could be in play later on. Is there a big drop-off from Caleb Elam-Zor to Jake Galladay? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mike Washington, my number 2 ranked running back over Darian Price. I like him that much.
But can you justify yourself to take a running back in day 2, like 2 back-to-back years in general? And what message does that send to RJ Harvey? Oh, we're just giving up on you pretty much because we just took another running back at 62 in the 2nd round.
Why is it such a high need for the Broncos, though?
It's been a need since Peyton's arrived. It's been, I think, a Peyton issue as well.
Let me look for tight end for Glenn. He wanted to see where a couple of them were ranked.
I look you
71 for Claire,
and Claire could be in play there too. I'm just saying I don't know that. Like, but if Bo Nix is having trouble throwing a tight end, do you really want to invest a 2nd round pick on a tight end? Something to keep in mind. Here's the thing: Derek Moore has been one of those players that's been rumored to the Broncos. I'm telling you, this guy had double-digit sacks at Michigan. He knows how to get after the quarterback, and he's a very good, solid run stuffer. If you want a chance to get out from underneath Jonathan Cooper at some point, you're going to need to replace him. Derek Moore in the 2nd round would be the most Bronco pick ever.
I know Phil McLaughlin's not with us tonight, but he would probably be in love with Dominique Orange here. And I'm doing my research because that's my position for the draft show. I'm not ruling this out. I'm telling you. When you talk about size and a guy that can stop the run, big Citrus is the guy, man.
Yeah. I'm just not overly impressed with the defensive line. I think that the tiers have fallen off a little bit. If you're going to do that, I would move back from 62.
I'm just saying,
yeah.
Frequently drawing double teams. That's what Dexter Lawrence did. And Dexter Lawrence just got himself a nice hefty pay raise in Cincinnati, and Bengals traded for pick 10 away for somebody. Not saying Dominique Orange is that guy, but frequently double teamed in the NFL, Dexter Lawrence. Looking at his size, Orange's disruptive presence on the line earned him Bednarik Award National Player of the Week honors after a dominant performance against Iowa, rival. Gotta love that. Finished with career-high 6 tackles and a quarterback hurry. In 2024, he earned honorable mention. Just saying, evaluators highlight his power, gap control, and positional versatility inside. Downside is traditional counting stats may understate his impact with Iowa State's front.
I'm just not a big Orange fan, I guess I would just say. I think he's got some holes in his game. It's not being able to get. He's pretty much specifically a run stuffer. I'm looking, if I'm going to go 62, I'm looking for a guy that can stuff the run, but also get after the quarterback. And he had 0 sacks this past season. And his pressure rate was pretty low. He had 13 pressures all season.
All right, you want to eliminate somebody? Glenn's throwing running back out in the 2nd.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so that's out.
And Derek Moore has been mentioned by, and this is a guy that's close to the Broncos, is Mr. Mike Kliss. He's been mentioned before. I want to reiterate that as well. I do like linebacker. I get it. But if you're moving Jonah Ellis inside to linebacker full time, you got to address edge at some point again, and that's a premium position. I mean, and again, I can't trade back. Otherwise, that definitely would be in play for me. I could see Keontae Scott being in play if you are going to move off a corner. as well. I mean, corner and they don't have it marked on here, but corner is definitely a position of need too.
My guy Kyle Lewis out of play here at 76.
Not completely out of play, but I just wonder what does Kyle Lewis? What is he? Is he a safety? Could he play in the a little bit of safety? Could they move him around possibly? But 62 is a little rich for me. So chat, we'll do this real quick. Everybody, just throw out a name of who you want to for sure take, and we'll take it into consideration. Like this is part of us getting the chat involved really quick.
I'll add mine too.
Yeah, add yours in there too, Kenny. Please do. Who's your ideal?
Yeah, I got mine.
Okay. Who's yours?
Best player available. I'm not going to lie. I'm not in love with it, but it's best player available. Mine's going to be Jake Galladay.
Or Gold Day or whatever
Gold Day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very close on Mike Washington. I'm not going to lie because I really like Mike Washington. But there's running backs I do like when the Broncos are. That the problem is the Broncos are not picking again to the fourth round. You have to hit on this pick.
Or trade back. And
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Interior line out of play here. I know we passed up on him a couple picks, but is that position in play?
It's in play, but I think you can get that might be a fourth round play. I don't know if that's a second round play right now.
Right. Right.
No, yeah, it's definitely in play though throughout this draft. I will say, right player falls to you. Of course, it is. I was thinking about that as well. But yeah, I mean, offensive line, defensive line, everything's in play for this team. It's why it's casting a wide open net. Even edge. Again, it depends on what you think about Jonah Ellis. Like if they're going to move him into inside linebacker, and I'm also saying this too from I'm trying to be realistic from this Broncos pick. Tell me somebody that a linebacker that they've taken in the second round. I mean, Drew Sanders, and it didn't work out for them. Like, are they really going to take a linebacker this high? They just don't take a linebacker this high. I'm sorry, they don't. They take edge rusher. They've proven that in the past. They take Jonah Ellis in the second round. They took Nick Bonito in the second round. Like, that's a premium position for this team, and I think Derek Moore does fit that for this team. If you're talking about moving Jonah Ellis inside, Moore fits that mold. I'm just trying to be realistic and not just saying what I would do, but I'm also saying like, hey, this is maybe what the Broncos might be thinking as well.
Well, this is going to be even tougher. Glenn, always respect what we know you love Oscar Delp. It's been your boy day one. But there's a lot of votes coming in for two guys, and it's going to be cut down to Galladay and Moore. Ernie coming in for Moore, Michael coming in for Moore, TW coming in for Patrick coming in for Galladay. I think TW put a vote in too. So there's a lot of Galladays and Moores. Trevor, you're outnumbered. Glenn with Delp.
Glenn's got Delp.
Glenn's got Delp.
Okay.
TW's going Galladay as well. So you got Galladay and Moore. So that's going to be the decision you got to make.
So Glenn said Galladay is his pick, but he went different, so that's why he went Delp. Yeah, Delp's got too many injury issues for me, though. I wouldn't even consider him this high. I mean, I'm fine with Galladay. I'm just saying I'm preparing Broncos.
You want to be different? Let's go with Derek Moore because you are getting votes for Derek Moore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with either one. I'm just trying to prepare Bronco country to get.
I like being different, and it's right there.
Yeah.
Want to take?
Yeah, I'm okay with Galladay or Moore. I'm just saying, like, they just don't take linebacker this high. Like, they don't. I'm trying to be realistic and not necessarily what I would do, but what I'm trying to put my mindset on what the Broncos might be thinking.
Broncos go out of box and take wide receiver here. Zachariah Branch, speedster.
No, I don't think so. All
right, so which way you want to go? Galladay or Moore?
I don't know. I would go more, but I think like you can still get your linebacker later in the 4th round. But
Elam Zor, I could just show you the linebackers chat, what's going to be on the board likely in the 4th round. Caleb Elam Zor, Bryce Boker. Those are 2 names that I've seen mocked. Want to go further down the line, you got Jack Kelly out of BYU. Deontay Lawson out of Alabama may be there. So this is the guy I would target if you pass up on Galday. Caleb Elam Zor would be there probably when in play for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Galday too if that's what the chat. I mean, I know we have Bronco fans in there too. I'm just trying to say the whole situation. I would not get my hopes up too high that they actually take inside linebacker in the 2nd round. They just usually they just don't do that from a front office standpoint. They could, they just usually don't. I mean, they haven't taken an inside linebacker since Drew Sanders.
We had some votes for Derek Moore. If you want to take Derek Moore,
yeah, Kenny, if you are Galday, I'm fine with Galday too. I mean,
I just think he's my best available. So you know what?
Okay,
I'll take him.
Yeah,
all right, we'll do that.
Yeah.
In a realistic world, I like Josiah Trotter better than Galday, but we took Josiah Trotter. I took him with the Rams, but there's a possibility Josiah Trotter is realistically sitting there for the Broncos at 62. And I'm more happy and not running to the podium, but I'm going to the podium faster with Trotter than Galday, to be honest with you.
And Glenn, I'm being realistic from the Broncos standpoint. I'm trying to think Bronco front office exec right now. And I always do with all my picks. Don't get me wrong. But all I'm saying is they just don't invest in linebacker. You can go back and look. They haven't taken a linebacker this high since Drew Sanders, and it didn't work out. And for various reasons. But I'm just saying, keep in mind, they do take edge rushers and value edge rushers quite a bit. And if you're going to move Jonah Ellis possibly inside, I know different packages, I get that, but I'm just saying any consideration there, you've got to make sure you're always investing in edge rusher. And Derek Moore is a damn good edge rusher.
Yeah. Let's do this, Trevor. We got 2 more picks. One for Jody at 63 with the Chargers. Interior line is a need. Defensive line is a need. Those are their top 2 needs. I could definitely see this being Connor Lew here. Or Dominique Orange. Those would be my 2. But I think interior line is their high need. So I think Connor Lew could definitely be the play here. Let me just see who else is on there. If you disagree with me, Sam Heck, there's pretty big drop off for the next guys. Jalen Farmer, 106.
I do like Slaughter quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's probably more of a center. You can move him to guard, though. I mean, he can play a little bit of both.
I mean, there's been some love for Connor Lew. Up to you which way you want to go here.
Connor Lew's fine to me. I think
that
makes a lot of sense.
He makes sense with the rankings now.
Mm-hmm.
And the last pick I have the pleasure of picking for the Jaguars. We'll give them a pick here as they traded with the Seahawks earlier. This is their first pick, and they get the last one. Our Mr. Irrelevant in this 2-round mock draft. The last pick of our mock draft shows, Trevor. What am I going to do here? Defensive line, linebacker, interior line, edge. Well, defensive line's their top. I just mentioned him. I know you're not as high on him, but there's a big drop off after him. They're gonna keep Big Citrus down in Florida, and they're going to draft Dominique Orange with the last pick here in the mock draft show. Pick us in mock draft shows of 2026. Dominique Orange.
Oh, I mean, that's I like the size. I don't know. I'm you know me, Kenny. I've talked about it since we've done our first mock draft of the offseason. I said I'm not high on this defensive line class. I'm selective of where I'm taking and who I'm taking, and so I like Caleb Banks, but the injury issues worry me. I like McDonald. I don't think he's great. I think he's a very solid defensive lineman, an interior defensive lineman. So just got to be selective on some of the positions, especially down the board, because this draft's got its strengths and it's got its weaknesses. And unfortunately for me, weakness is defensive line. Next year's draft class will be better.
We're on the 3-hour mark, and that's about the average that these mock drafts have been going. So 2-minute warning, chat, because we do have a mailbag show tomorrow for everybody. So come back tomorrow, and we'll hang out with everybody and answer any draft questions, comments, concerns that you may have. We'll have some fun tomorrow. We call it our mailbag show. It'll be 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, but 2-minute warning for anybody who wants to throw any questions or comments up right now. Appreciate you all hanging out with us. I'll let Trevor get the final words. Jody, sorry you didn't get back on. Pleasure having you on. Hope Jody will be back with us Thursday. Trevor, it's been an absolute pleasure doing these mock draft shows with you. And audience, mock drafters, juicers, posse, etc. Cheers to all of you. Appreciate the hell out of all of you. It's been so much fun doing these. We'll have a recap show next week, which will be fun. Get to talk about the picks, more like a mailbag show, I guess, on Sunday as well. But we got some stuff planned for everybody. We're gonna, talk about it, in the upcoming weeks, see what you guys think about it before we decide to start doing it. But we're gonna take a couple weeks off for the mock draft show and go into something else in a few weeks. But one more show next week. Appreciate the heck out of all of you. Trevor, final words for you, and then I'll get the comments in. Let's do the comments first, Trevor, and we'll give you the final words. As Michael sending us 100 stars. Great show tonight. Can't wait to see you, Michael. You're here supporting us all the time. Can't wait to see you for the draft shows, but obviously any shows that all of you come and hang out with us. But the draft show's special, and can't wait to see all our friends there and hanging out with us for the draft. Cheers to all of you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Michael.
A couple more comments, Trevor, and I'll give you the final words. TW, great show. Patrick, appreciate the heck out of you. Lion Coffee, once again. Be there tomorrow. Once again, Michael, thank you for the 100 stars. Patrick, thank you for the stars tonight. Patrick over there at Lion Coffee. Can't wait for the draft. Us neither, TW. Brandon, metal yellow first red. Metal yellow first red. I don't know. A little confused there by that one, Brandon. It's getting late. Great show. All juice up to everyone. Pumped for the draft shows, y'all. Idle, well done. Dolphin fan in Washington early. Let's go. Round 3. We have 4 picks. Gonna be fun. Idle, come hang out with us. Round 3 will be fun. Come hang out with us for sure. And Ernie saying, awesome Broncos podcast. Go Broncos country only as Ernie Mays. We only allow Ernie Mays to make those comments. But no, love you, Ernie. Can't wait to see you, on our shows as well, especially the draft show. But Trevor, take it away. Final words tonight. And okay,
Brandon said, yeah, it smiles. Yeah. No, for me, Kenny, I love doing these mock drafts with you. We've done 6 of them, and it feels like it's been a marathon at times, but it's been amazing. Again, when anybody that's new here, Kenny and I started this mock draft show a couple years ago, and we were just literally writing it down on paper and not even putting it up on screen. I still remember that. I still have some of our old mock drafts together, and we were just talking about it, and it's just amazing just to look back and look at the growth that we've done over the last couple of years, what we continue to bring from a graphic standpoint, showing you guys every pick that we make, and taking accountability for every pick we make too. We want to try to be as right as possible as analysts, but we're not going to be. And we really appreciate everybody in the chat tonight for being amazing. All 32 teams. Remember, we cover all 32 teams all season long. We'll still be here in July, football fans. Seriously. And we have college football plans coming up.
College football is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, college football. We've got fantasy football. We'll be doing mock drafts of fantasy football possibly down the line. Kenny and I still got to iron out some details with that. But really, we want to appreciate everybody for just chiming in. The numbers were great tonight. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. You're going to see that on your screen right here. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell, and because you never want to miss when we're on. And really appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. And again, whether you're watching live or after the fact, make sure to come hang out with us Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the Pick Is In draft show. All these mock draft shows, they lead up to something. They lead up to one of the best draft shows out there. You don't want to miss it, and you don't want to miss those special surprise guests and prizes that we have to give away to everybody as well. But for me, for Kenny, we'll see everybody next time. I think mailbag is tomorrow, Kenny. And please get your questions out there, and we'll try to answer everybody as best as possible. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, everybody.